as Clay won 17-3 to start the season 2-0. We next move to Enterprise and Auburn. Enterprise went on the road to open Class 7A Region 2 play at Auburn. This game was also a defensive battle from start to finish, with special team deciding the outcome. The Wildcats took advantage of 4 Auburn turnovers, including this fumble that Tamaris Green picked up and ran 48 yards for a score. A fourth quarter field goal by Towns Magoo gave Auburn a 16-14 lead, but the visitors were not through. Knocking on the end zone with only a few seconds remaining, Enterprise place kicker Andrew Pickard sets up for a 19-yard field goal try and kicks it through the uprights as a horn sounds, and the Wildcats remain unbeaten at 2-0 with a 17-16 win. In a week that wasn't very kind to defending state champions St. James 3A and Ramsey 5A, who lost to Hanley and Parker respectively, defending state champion Fife ran into its rival nemesis Geraldine in the season opener, the same team that ended the Red Devils' 51-game winning streak in 2021. Geraldine came out quickly with quarterback Jackson Colvin scoring the game's first touchdown on a 4-yard run, and follows with a touchdown pass to Carlos Mann. The Bulldogs of Coach Michael Davis added a field goal and held on to win 17-6, making it 3 defending champions getting beat in the same week. Leeds traveled to Pell City as Coach Rush Probst, who returned to the head coaching in Alabama this season, looked to get his first win as the Panthers head coach. The Leeds defense was the difference, however. We see Miles Ashford intercepting a pass in the first quarter and scoring a touchdown. We pick up the final highlight as Green Wave teammate Joshua Lee repeats the feat with a pick 6 in the fourth quarter as Leeds won 30-23, and leaves Coach Probst and the Panthers still looking for their first win of the season. Russellville announcers were dead on in this game as we pick up Russellville's sophomore running back Cam Paginzi, who rushed for 186 yards and 3 touchdowns. He streaks through the Deschler defense on this 80-yard beauty. Urged on by his announcer to turn on the burners, he does just that as he speeds to the end zone. His other scoring runs were 9 and 19 yards, and the Golden Tigers of Coach John Ritter improved to 2-0 with a 35-13 win. Defending 6A state champion Saraland won its season opener in overtime, 31-30 over Lipscomb Academy of Nashville. Week 2 was much less suspenseful. The Spartans got all they needed from running back Sante McWilliams to beat Murphy. He scored 4 touchdowns with 99 yards rushing on 9 carries, all in the first half, with dazzling runs like this one. Saraland 2-0 cruised in for a 54-6 win over the Panthers. In volleyball, the hottest volleyball team in Alabama continued to be red hot last week as Bob Jones, now 14-0, headed to Mobile to take on defending Class 7A state champion McGill-Toolen Catholic. The Lady Patriots of Coach Jenny Jarrett are shown dominating this long rally thanks in a big part to Kennedy Vaughn, who surpassed 1,000 career kills with 54 throughout the week to go along with 10 blocks and 15 digs. Meg Jarrett assisted with 55 digs, surpassing 1,500 for her career. She also had 14 assists, and Bob Jones won the match over the Dirty Dozen. And Montgomery Academy Class 5A, as Montgomery Academy won 7 matches last week, including the championship match of its own annual MAC Attack volleyball tournament in Montgomery. We catch them in action versus Elmore County in the tourney. Addie Vinson led the Eagles with 95 assists, 21 digs, and 22 aces for the week, while Ellie McBride had 39 kills and 23 digs. Caroline McDaniel had 28 kills and 31 digs as Montgomery Academy, now 11-3, rolled to the tournament title for Coach Julie Gordon. Hey, send in your favorite highlight to the email on the screen. Join us again next time for David Holsford's Alabama High School Athletic Association highlights for the week.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Amanda Brand gas furnace.
And we bid you a good evening from the Marble City. We are at Legion Stadium in downtown Sylacauga, getting set for the AHSAA TV Network Thursday night game of the week. It is the Class 5A Region 4 opener for both of these teams. Is 0-2 Sylacauga plays host to 2-0 Elmore County. And hello again, everyone. Mickey Shadricks along with Caleb Brooks. And, you know, Elmore County has looked really good the first 2 weeks of the season, Caleb. They have blown out their first two opponents, averaging 59 a game, while Sylacauga still looking for their first victory. But head coach Chris Smelly said they made a lot of improvement from week 1 to week 2. They'll need more improvement against this Elmore County team.
Yeah, they definitely will. I mean, since Kyle Caldwell has gotten there last year, the name of the game for Elmore County has been scoring points. They have put points on the board. A lot better week last week against a good offense in Moody for Sylacauga, but they're going to really need to step it up on the defensive side of the ball in order to be able to hang with this Elmore County offense, who is averaging 59 points per game so far this year.
And we will get more of Caleb's thoughts on the keys to this game. Coming up next, it is the Rob Walker Architect Blueprint to Victory as we count down to kickoff tonight from Legion Stadium in Sylacauga.
If you've got $29, you've got the down payment for a brand new Nissan. Now at Sarah Nissan, 3 locations. Every vehicle, just $29 down, plus 0% financing for 60 months, 700 new Nissans, and you get a lifetime warranty, no charge. 0% financing for 60 months. Every vehicle, just $29 down. Now at Sarah Nissan in Birmingham and Sylacauga, plus Tony Sarah Nissan in Coleman.
I was in a car accident. My front tooth cracked. I'm definitely embarrassed to smile. I got mini dental implants. It changed my life because it made me feel like me. Like I can smile and feel like Ashley. I just want to say thank you.
You can be you again with mini dental implants. I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
I'm more than happy. I'm ecstatic.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Before the sun rises till well past midnight, Beam is here for you, working tirelessly to put your needs first, making sure our network is up and running to keep you connected. From the glow of a TV to a friendly video conference wave, and every smile, laugh, or touchdown in between, we'll always do our part to deliver a better tomorrow, morning till midnight. Your Beam, your way. Call today and we'll get to work for you.
And back on the AHSAA Thursday night game of the week. Time now for the Rob Walker Architects Blueprints to Victory. Caleb, break it down for us.
Yeah, looking at Elmore County, I mean, just continue the offensive momentum that you have built the last 2 weeks. Like we talked about in the opener, averaging 59 points per game through the first 2 weeks, and then jump on them early. This is Sylacauga, a team that has not won in their last 14 football games. So if you can come and jump on them early, give them a little doubt, you know, all of a sudden you could maybe pull away from this game early and maybe get some other guys in the game. And then for Sylacauga, build off the offensive success from last week. You know, this is first year in a new system with Coach Chris Smelly. They're learning the offense, obviously made some improvements from week 1 to week 2. So build off of that and then keep the defense off the field. The less the defense is on the field, the better it is for Sylacauga, because Elmore County isn't scoring points. And that's how they can stay in this ballgame.
And the kickoff around the corner, the Sarah Automotive Group AHSAA Game of the Week presented by Black Diamond Paving. The kickoff is coming up next.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your local bank. We're your neighbors. and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We're on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. Stop being just another number at the big bank and start being a neighbor at Southern States Bank. Let us be the bank for you.
$500 over invoice now at Tony Sarah Ford. Every new Ford on the lot, $500 over invoice when you trade in finance with Tony Sarah Ford, plus 3.9% financing for 72 months. Save thousands on new F-150s and more, all backed by Sarah's lifetime warranty. No charge. Every new Ford, $500 over invoice at Tony Sarah Ford. In Sylacauga, TonySarahFord.com.
Well, we all know how important region wins are, especially early in the season. That is what we've got happening tonight under the Thursday night lights as 5A Region 4 in focus. Sylacauga playing host to Elmore County in the region opener for both. You know, Caleb, we've got some really interesting storylines with the head coaches tonight. On the Sylacauga sideline, you've got Chris Smelly in his first season there. You may recognize that name from all the years he coached over at American Christian, doing a great job there, leading them to the playoffs 6 straight years. I know you'll have a lot more to say about him, as well as this guy, Kyle Caldwell, taking over at Elmore County a couple of years ago. He's 9-4 as he's in his second season. Both these guys, very accomplished players and coaches in the state of Alabama, names etched in the AHSAA record books.
Yeah, I mean, guys that were fantastic high school players that went on and had fantastic college careers as well. You see Kyle Caldwell right there on your screen. He played fantastic at Dadeville and then moved on and was just an absolute star at West Alabama. Was up for, you know, the D2 version of the Heisman Trophy when he was there. And then Chris Smelly, everybody knows what he did at South Carolina as well, and what he did playing for Steve Spurrier there. So they've now been able to take what they learned at the college level, put it right here at the high school level. And Kyle Caldwell and his group at Elmore County are rolling, and now Chris Smelly in his first year at Sylacauga looking to get on that same level.
And here's the Alabama Family Central kickoff as Elmore County receives the opening kickoff. By the way, this is the 4th meeting between these two teams. Sylacauga leads the series 2-1. Elmore County won the last meeting a year ago, 48-21. And it is a hot night in Central Alabama tonight. Kickoff about 80 degrees. And we are set for the first offensive series. There come the Panthers, led by quarterback Riles McNeely, who has thrown for 250 yards this season. An Elmore County offense, as Caleb mentioned, averaging right at 60 points a game. A lot of weapons, and we get a flag before the first play tonight. Hopefully that's not an omen.
False start against the offense. 5 yards.
Prior to the snap, false start. On the offense, 5-yard penalty, remain first down.
And just a little too excited up front. These guys know they're playing on the AHSA TV Game of the Week, and it's a big region matchup like you talked about.
And here's the handoff to the running back Parker Hobbs, who's got a couple of touchdowns on the young season, and Sylacauga defensively does a good job limiting the yardage on that carry, so it will be second down and long.
You know, we talked about in the opener, the less that Sylacauga's defense is on the field, the better if they're getting stops. Not quick touchdowns from Elmore County, but if they're getting stops, can stay off the field, their offense can get some long drives. That's how you can keep yourself in this ball game and give yourselves a chance, which is exactly what the Aggies are looking for.
McNeely on a little keeper himself and gets it up to about the 35-yard line, just a couple of yards past the original line of scrimmage, which is going to bring up a third down and long for the Panthers. Let's take a look at this Elmore County offense. We mentioned Riles McNeely. C.J. Wilkes, outstanding running back, was held out in the win last week. He is playing tonight. This Elmore County offense, as we mentioned, has put up a lot of points in the first 2 weeks of the season. And another whistle and stoppage of play.
I think this one's an equipment malfunction.
So here we go with a 3rd down and 8. That 5-yard procedure penalty really putting the Panthers behind the chains here on their first offensive series. A long look to the sideline for the call from Coach Caldwell and the offensive staff. They'll try the running play here on 3rd and long, and nowhere to roam for Parker Hobbs. Great job by the Sylacauga defense. They had 2 or 3 defenders there, including Elijah Williams, a senior linebacker.
Yeah, really good job by the Sylacauga defense. And, you know, Coach Smelly talked about it. They improved defensively last week against a really good Moody team. They're looking to just continue to improve. And a good opening drive right there, a 3 and out, exactly what you want against an offense that scored 56 in week 0 and then 62 last week. So exactly what the Aggies were looking for. Now a chance to get the ball and make something happen offensively and really give this team a lot of momentum early here in this game.
And a good punt that will hit well in front of the back man, which is Quindavius Swain. It'll roll inside the 20. Yeah, you mentioned Coach Smelly. He actually said from week 1 to week 2, his team improved by 54 missed tackles. That's an incredible number of missed tackles, and then to have that much improvement from 1 week to the next.
And, you know, we've talked about it. It's getting a lot harder to play defense because of the amount of they've made it even rules in high school now with how much you can hit during practice periods during the week, and you just don't get to practice tackling as much as you used to. So a lot of your first action of full tackle, taking guys to the ground, is in these game situations. And so I think you're going to see that with a lot of defenses all over the state. They'll have a lot of improvements from week 1 to 2, 3, 4, and so on throughout the year.
Here's the Sylacauga offense, and the first snap, Twyman will try to run and picks up very little yardage as Brandon White, the senior linebacker, read the play very well. Sylacauga, here's a look at their starting offense. They're averaging only 12 points a game, not quite the scoring output of Elmore County, but they do have some playmakers, especially at that receiver group with Swain, Oden, and Cottingham. 2nd down and 10. Again, you see Coach Smelly on the Sylacauga sideline.
And it looks like that's C.J. Franklin at quarterback now.
He is the backup in the game quickly. Here is the handoff to Machen, and he darts out across the 20 to about the 24. So nice pickup there of about 5 yards, and that'll set up a 3rd and short. And there's a look at your backup quarterback, C.J. Franklin, who is just a sophomore, comes in the game on the second snap, offensive snap for the Aggies.
7 yards,
3rd down and 3. Panthers show blitz, linebackers creeping up at the line of scrimmage. Quick pass out here to Oden, gets a block, and he's down the near sideline for a black diming asphalt paving 1st down. So Caleb, nice execution there as the Aggies convert their first 3rd down tonight.
Yeah, they got the look that they wanted right there. It was man coverage on the outside, a great block out there at wide receiver, and then just able to get to the edge and outrun this Elmore County defense all the way up close to midfield. That was a big 1st down there for Sylacauga, as we've talked about. They want to keep this offense on the field, keep that Elmore County offense off the field, but it actually looks like this may be coming back as we have a late flag that came down that we didn't see.
On the run, holding on the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, replay 3rd down.
Well, that is
wait on the whistle, wait on the whistle.
Huge holding call. So instead of a 1st down out near midfield, it's 3rd and 19. Tough situation here now for the Sylacauga offense.
We'll see if they may be trying to throw this one downfield here and let the young quarterback make a play.
Panthers rush 4, good protection. Franklin does air it out deep, but it is incomplete. He was trying to connect with Quindavius Swain, but there was double coverage in the Elmore County secondary as Donovan Aldridge and Tyler Payton were right there with him.
Yeah, and right there that comes from just being a young quarterback and You see Franklin kind of locked on to Swain right there, threw it into double coverage, but had it been intercepted, it would have almost just been like a punt. And so if you're Coach Smelly, you're not upset with that. You'd like to see that your young guy is willing to go out there, let it rip a little bit. And now that he has a series under his belt, maybe we'll see C.J. Franklin settle in some.
So the Aggies will have to punt from inside their 5. Not a good snap, and therefore not a good kick afterwards, and this will be touched at around the 44-yard line. So Elmore County taking advantage of some good field position here, which really you got to go back to that holding call on that crucial 3rd down that really has changed this game here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and it may be one, you know, if Elmore County can get going offensively now, that may be a play we look at as being one of the bigger plays in this ball game, because you would have had a lot of momentum and some confidence building in this offense that is continuing to get better and better week after week. I mean, only 7 points against Winona, had a much better week against a really good Moody team last week. You know, and so that's what Coach Smelly wants to see from his offense. A lot of young guys out there, but he just wants to see that improvement. Getting a first down there would have gone a long way towards that. And now another pre-snap penalty here.
Number 10, Riles McNeely marked down.
Another flag, as Caleb said. We'll get the.
That play loses 5 yards, 2nd and 15.
No, not going to get the call, but it will be 2nd down and 15. Another pre-snap penalty here against Elmore County. This backs it up to the 49-yard line. So McNeely once again looking to the sideline to get the play. And he's looking to throw. Gets it out of his hands quickly. It's complete to Everson. And nice shifty moves there by Everson as he's picked up a first down inside the Sylacauga 35-yard line. Cade Everson, the senior wide receiver.
That's exactly what gave Sylacauga a lot of problems in that loss to Winona. We talked about it, 54 missed tackles. And right there you see 3 of them on the same play as he was able to get to the outside, use some of that athleticism, and now set up a first down here for Elmore County.
First Black Diamond asphalt paving first down of the night for this Panther offense. McNeely trying to throw, but the coverage was excellent on the outside, so he does a good job of turning this into a very positive play. Good job by Riles McNeely.
McNeely with a carry at left end.
With a big gain on first down.
Yeah, they were trying to run an RPO, and he kind of made the wrong read initially. He should have just gone ahead and handed it off. He pulled it. His wide receiver was covered, but right there he shows off what he can do back there. Makes a couple of men miss, and then gets another first down here for Elmore County. So starting to move the ball here on their second drive of the ball game.
Back-to-back Black Diamond first downs for Elmore County. Spotted inside the Sylacauga 25. Here goes Hobbs. Physical runner right up the heart of that Aggie defense, and that puts Elmore County in the green zone for the first time tonight as we dip under 6 minutes to play first quarter.
I'll tell you what, number 58, Hunter Collins, pulled right there on the G play and just absolutely unloaded on the linebacker that met him in the hole, and that created the running room right there for Elmore County.
So the Panthers' first serious scoring threat of the night. 2nd down and 4. Here's Hobbs again, and just great penetration that time by Sylacauga's Tank Fluker, the senior defensive back, upending Hobbs.
Yeah, good job right there of coming up, filling his gap, coming off the edge right there, and then going low, making the tackle. And good backside pursuit as well there for Sylacauga. And so 3rd down short is probably 4-down territory here for Elmore County. Sylacauga, this would be 2 big stops if they can keep them from getting a first down and get the ball back in that offense's hands. And look, for Sylacauga, it's a positive right now. We've played 7 minutes of football and still no points on the board for Elmore County.
Elmore County looking at their first 3rd down attempt of the game so far. 3rd and 3. The fake. McNeely rolls left, goes to the end zone. Receiver is there, and it is a touchdown. A flag flies after the play. Jabari Murphy, the senior wide receiver, with the touchdown catch. The Big Time Entertainment touchdown.
I think we're going to end up having illegal linemen downfield on Elmore County. It looks to be about the vicinity where they threw that flag. It's either going to be holding or an illegal lineman downfield. They also kind of ran a pick route right there. You could get offensive pass interference. That's what allowed him to be so free on that wheel route going up the left sideline.
Yeah, you can see the reaction there. McNeely, the Elmore County quarterback, is clearly going against the Panthers. Already the 5th penalty thrown against these two teams here in this first quarter.
And these are a lot of mistakes that these coaches would have liked to have had cleaned up through the first 2 weeks. They don't like to see this carrying over into region play getting started here.
During the play, pass interference on the offense. 15 yards from the previous spot. No score on the play.
Coach Caldwell getting an explanation. You think a pick there out on the edge?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And, you know, high school receivers are a little bit younger, and so they don't know how to maybe sell that as much as you see at the college and NFL level.
Back to Legion Stadium after this timeout.
I need the King boys.
Don't call two clowns in a tow truck when you're dreaming of them King boys.
Bandits Bar and Grill is your stop for great food, family fun, and live music. Wednesday night is Cornhole Tournament. Thursday night, Biker Night. Don't forget about the live music too. Great steaks, full bar, awesome appetizers, wings, nachos, tacos, and fried catfish. Stop in today or give us a call at 256-369-2920. That's Bandits Bar and Grill on Fort Williams in Sylacauga.
Greenco Athletic Fields Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialist. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides ant and mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state. Thanks to Greenco for their support of the AHSAA Game of the Week. And Elmore County, of course, in that Greenco area, but they've been backed up because of the penalty.
Yeah, we were talking about before we go to break, you know, you see, I mean, the pick route is something that people run at every single level, but you've got to be able to sell it. You've got to act like you're just running your route and not really trying to get in the way. And you see a lot of younger guys will go out of their way to try to get in the way, and that's where you get that offensive pass interference on those type of plays.
3rd and 18. McNeely leaves the pocket. Has to, as it was collapsing around him. He was chased out of bounds by K.D. Cannon, the junior linebacker. He's going to pick up about 10 yards. It's going to make it 4th and 8.
And right now, look, Elmore County's moving the football, but they just continue to shoot themselves in the foot with pre-snap penalties and penalties within the play. They've had a holding call. They've had, you know, the offensive pass interference, a couple of false starts. And if they can clean things up, you can see why this offense has been able to put up so many points through the first few weeks, as they will go for it here on 4th down and 13.
4th and a little longer than 8. 4th and officially 12 yards to go. They can get a first down inside the 15 at the 13. McNeely rushed again, and he is going to not be sacked. Got out of the arms of one would-be tackler. Does a nice job of getting it down to the 27-yard line, about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage that they snapped the ball from, but it'll go over to the Aggies on downs.
You know, we were telling people in the opener what Kyle Caldwell looked like as a quarterback when he was playing at Dadeville. You're getting to see it with McNeely right now. This is a lot of the type of stuff that Kyle Caldwell did when he was playing at Dadeville and at West Alabama, just able to make stuff happen with his feet, which then transferred to him being able to make throws on the run and do things like that. Right now, McNeely's just having to run for his life. If they can shore things up front, give him some time, you can see that he's very good at being able to distribute the football and then can also make some things happen with his legs as well, as we've seen a couple of times.
And right now it's the penalties that are the star of this first quarter. It is brought an end to both teams' promising drives. Here is Twyman back in the game, or I should say Swain, taking the snap
Number 2.
and getting it out across the 35 for a gain of,
Tackle on the play by number 23.
9 yards?
Mason Goggins.
I couldn't tell if he got the first down.
He's
or
close.
not.
Yards. Second down and 1.
Second and 1.
Nice run right there, and good block out there on the outside.
Good enough for an Aggie Sports Network first down.
Now they will say it is a first down. Out at 37. Franklin back in at quarterback now. Handoff, big hole right up the middle for the Aggie back that time. That is Rance Machen.
Well, and, you know, we've spent a lot of time talking about this Elmore County offense and how many points they've been able to put up, but they can be a little suspect defensively sometimes. They gave up 28 week 1 against Marbury. They did have a shutout last week against Autaugaville, but they're way bigger than Autaugaville is from a number standpoint. But they do a good job right here of getting some penetration. That'll be a big tackle for loss. That'll force a third down and short now here for the Aggies.
That was a great play there by Landon Yawakia, the senior defensive lineman, as you can see it here.
See him get off the block and beat him right there in the hole, able to get him to the ground. And so third down and about 3 now here for Sylacauga.
And they will run it again. And once again, this time Gabriel Harrell, the junior, filling the hole and meeting the back right at the line of scrimmage.
That is exactly what you want out of a middle linebacker right there. He comes in right into the hole, meets him head up, able to wrap him up. And so 4th down and 2, it's decision time for Coach Smelly, as you want to try to punt them deep and play the field position game, and it looks like that is what he's going to do here. But as we said, I mean, 10 minutes now rolled off the clock, no points for Elmore County. That's a win if you're Sylacauga right now.
Back deep, number 7, Christian Everson.
Ethan Truitt, who does all the kicking duties for the Aggies, gets the kick away, and it hits at the 30, takes an Aggie roll inside the 20, and will be touched down at around the 17-yard line. So nice job there by Ethan Truitt,
Down at the 18.
as the Aggies play a little field position here, and Elmore County gets it back with 1:51 to play here in the first quarter.
A lot better punt there, and also got a better roll because of it. First punt didn't even go over 25 yards. That one right there, and pins them inside the 20. And so if the Panthers want to get on the board, they're going to have to drive over 80 yards right here on this drive. Try to get some points up there for the first time tonight.
And there's McNeely and company taking the field. McNeely, a true dual threat quarterback, coming into this one, throwing for about 250 yards, running for almost 100 in their first 2 games, and he's shown good ability to run the ball here in this one already. And here's a little pitch to Everson, and he goes down behind the line of scrimmage, taken down by Caleb Story. Nice play.
Second time that we've seen Caleb Story come up and make a really good play here. And you can tell they've watched film, and they have this Elmore County team scouted. The Sylacauga team has been in the right place. If they can make that initial tackle, you know, they'll make it hard for Elmore County to gain yardage. A lot of their yardage tonight has come from the missed tackles that Sylacauga has had and allowing them some second chances. But another situation where Elmore County is in a 2nd and long now here for the 3rd time tonight.
2nd and 13. Aggie defense playing very well here in this first quarter. And once again, McNeely will keep it. Finds plenty of room out across the 30. Nice run there for the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down.
McNeely has a lot of athleticism back there, and he makes the smart plays. He makes the right play a lot of time. And right there, he saw that they kind of sold out to the running back, so he kept it himself and able to get a big first down here for Elmore County. 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
First down out at the 31. That was a big first down for the Panthers to gain a little field position and stoppage of play.
Sideline warning on the white team. First sideline warning.
Against Elmore County, that is their first warning.
Okay, so there's our first sideline warning of the year.
You know, a lot of times you'll see that because the sidelines can be so tight at certain high school places. They've got a lot of room over there, so just got to back up a little bit, make sure you give those referees some room. They won't call it unless you end up kind of making contact with them over there.
And the Panthers keep it on the ground. Huge gaping hole up the middle for Parker Hobbs. That is his best run from scrimmage tonight. A 13-yard run for a Black Diamond first down. That should be the final play of the quarter once they wind the clock. And that will indeed take us to the end of the first quarter. It is the region opener for Sylacauga and Elmore County. No score through one quarter at Legion Stadium.
Greenco Athletic Fields Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialists. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides anti-mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state.
Shop with confidence at King's Mattress Gallery. Newly stocked signature sectionals and recliners for any size room. Mega Motion and signature lift chairs. Sealy Hybrid Duo Chill mattresses for a cool night's sleep. Temper Ergo smart bases that respond to snoring automatically. Visit King's Mattress Gallery today.
Family owned and operated since 1994.
Proudly serving in Sylacauga and surrounding areas.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Manna brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
Hello, my name is Henry Looney. I'm the pastor of Regional World Bible Church, and we'd like to invite you to our 30th church anniversary and homecoming on Sunday, September 24th at 1 p.m. Come celebrate with us. God bless you. We hope to see you there.
And back at Legion Stadium on the AHSAA Thursday night game of the week. 5A Region 4 opener for Elmore County and Sylacauga. Through one quarter of play, no score. And Elmore County, while we were away, picking up a big gain on first down, or losing a yard on first down, so second down and 11 for the Panthers. Who've been pretty much, it's been the Riles McNeely show running the football from the quarterback's position tonight so far.
Yeah, I mean, he has been all the offense so far, and here's that little pop pass again that we saw them get stopped for earlier on this drive. This time it is a big gain for Jabari Murphy. It's a big-bodied wide receiver coming across there. Elmore County has taken this one from inside of their own 20 and now crossed midfield here on this drive.
So Murphy out for the Black Diamond asphalt paving first down. Elmore County once again in Sylacauga territory at the 42. McNeely once again looking to the sideline. There you see Coach Kyle Caldwell and his staff. So first down and 10. This is Hobbs. Another big run up the middle as Caleb. It looks as though the Elmore County offensive line is starting to take control a little bit here.
Well, and they've kept this Sylacauga defense on the field. That's what we talked about in the opener for Sylacauga. They needed to keep their defense off the field, and they've gotten some stops early, but the offense hasn't been able to sustain anything to give them long breaks on the sideline. And so as the game goes on, it's what Elmore County wants to do. They want to wear you down, and you're starting to see it right here as they've started to have some holes really open up here on this drive.
Second down and 1. McNeely, good down to throw for the home run. They do, and nice adjustment for the catch and the touchdown. Cade Everson. He was covered well by Katie Cannon. That's just a great job of quarterback giving his receiver a chance, and it is good for the big-time touchdown.
Yeah, I'm telling you, McNeely's been impressive, and he just reminds me so much of his head coach when his head coach was playing football here in the state of Alabama. And, kind of undersized, but so much athleticism, can use his feet, can use his arm. And a great job right there. You're starting, and football is continuing to evolve, and that's one of the plays where you're starting to see it. Just throw it up and let your wide receivers make the adjustment. They're the ones looking back at the ball. The corner's the one having to keep his eyes on the player and do all this other stuff. And really good job right there by Everson to just go up, catch it at its highest point. Almost had the extra point blocked right there, but able to get it through.
The extra point is good.
And Tate McNeely knocks it through for the Alabama Family Central extra point. And there you see the young man who made the great play on the football, Cade Everson. We get another look at it here.
So he just puts it up there and lets his wide receiver just make a play on the ball, and that's what you're taught to do. Go catch it at its highest point. It's exactly what he did right there. So a big score for the Panthers, and now puts some pressure on the Sylacauga offense to maybe not answer here, but they need to have some kind of drive to keep this defense off the field a little bit and let them get their legs back under them.
Great call on 2nd and short, too. Perfect down to take a shot.
It is. I mean, if you watch football enough, you could almost expect it right there. But still got to go up and go make the play, and Everson's the one who went up and made the play for Elmore County. So we'll see if that now gets this high-scoring offense going here in this football game.
How important is this next series for Coach Smelly's team now?
It's very important. You've done a good job defensively all the way to this point. I mean, if you had told Coach Smelly, hey, it's going to take over 13 minutes for Elmore County to score their first points of the game, he'd have probably told us for the game, we'll take that. We feel like we're in the ball game, but you can't just give it right back to them right here. You need to have some kind of offense, some kind of momentum to get back on your side and really build some confidence, especially in your young quarterback, C.J. Frank.
And the Alabama Family Central kickoff will hit at the 22. It hits a Sylacauga player, and I think Elmore County is on it. And it looks as though it was recovered by Trenton Welburn, and that is a huge special teams miscue as that was short and bounced off the hand of Gabriel Harrell, and nobody in the maroon jersey could pounce on the loose football.
Hey, look, communication is key, and you could tell on that play nobody communicated. Nobody called for the ball. Everybody was waiting for someone else to get the ball, and it took an unfortunate bounce for Sylacauga as well. You're used to seeing that ball bounce towards the returner, not back towards the covering team. But it took a very fortunate bounce there for the Panthers, and this is where the game can get away from you. Sylacauga really needs their defense to step up and get a stop right here and keep this a 7-0 ball game.
Yeah, you get the feeling a lot of pressure here on this Sylacauga defense, who's played pretty well here against this very explosive Elmore County offense. But the Panthers get a short field to work with. First down at the 30. Here's Everson. He's going to throw. Receiver is wide open. So the trick play works to perfection as Jabari Murphy with the big-time entertainment touchdown reception.
Well, they held them to 0 points through the first 13 minutes, and then all of a sudden in about 15 seconds of game time, the Panthers have 13 points, about to make it 14 if they can get the extra point. This is why they're so dangerous offensively. So wide open, they spread you out, they use everybody, and they had set that up on the previous drive. They ran 2 pop passes. This time, instead of running the pop pass, they handed off, which set up the ability to be able to throw it downfield, and Murphy was wide open as he basically just walks into the end zone for the second touchdown of the game here for Elmore County.
That is his 3rd touchdown reception of the season, and once again, McNeely hammers home the extra point. That young man, Murphy, has now 3 touchdown receptions. He's ran for a touchdown as well. The Alabama Family Central extra point makes it a 14-0 game, and doesn't take the Panthers long to cash in on the kickoff turnover.
No, that's exactly what you want to do right there. You get a turnover, run a trick play off of it, see if you can get a big chunk play, and instead they get 7 points on the board. And so we were talking about how important this last drive was going to be for Sylacauga before the turnover on the kickoff. Now this next drive is even more important.
So just like that, after a scoreless first quarter, less than 2 minutes into this second quarter, it's a 14-0 game, just like that. So another kickoff coming up here as McNeely's been busy here. The Alabama Family Central kickoff. Back-to-back kickoffs here for the Panthers here to start the second quarter. Sylacauga fields this one cleanly at the 23. Good coverage that time by Connor Pike, the sophomore down on the kickoff team for the Panthers. So here comes the Aggie offense back out on the field, who, you know, first offensive series of the game, they had a good drive going. It was negated by a penalty. And here's a look at the Southern Smiles Smile Cam. You see some of the young ladies in attendance tonight here at Legion Stadium.
Yeah, not as many smiles on that Sylacauga side right now after really the last 30 seconds of the game. They were in the ball game, playing well. Kind of game plan was going probably just how Coach Smelly wanted it to go. But the Panthers show just what they can do and how fast they can score. And now a lot of pressure here on Sylacauga to move this football and make something happen. Not going to happen here on the first play as they get into the backfield and bottle him up. And you can really see, Mickey, the momentum of this game has swung over to that visitor side.
Yeah, Franklin pitches there to the running back. We do not have a number 10 on our roster. A lot of white hats to that football there as it'll lose 4 yards. Jamarian Smith on the kick. And a flag thrown here before the snap.
You cannot afford that if you're Sylacauga. Already go backwards in the first play and now put yourself even further back. Looks like you're probably second and 19.
Prior to the snap, false start. On the offense, 5-yard penalty, remain second down.
Third pre-snap penalty of the half, 2 against Sylacauga, only 1 against Elmore County, but it will back up the Aggies and make a second down and long even more challenging. Second and 19 back at the 22. So this drive going in the wrong direction for the Aggies. Franklin gonna throw it deep, and it is incomplete, intended for Cottingham, but defended well and broken up by senior defensive back Cameron Brown.
And you see right here, Franklin, he just locked onto his receiver. He never looked at anybody else and threw it right into coverage. He actually had a guy coming underneath. If he just would have put his eyes down a little bit, could have had a completion possibly over the middle. But that just comes from youth and being inexperienced at the varsity level playing football. I can tell you, I've coached CJ in baseball. He's a great athlete and will have a chance to be a very good football player as he continues to get older and continues to get experience at the quarterback position.
Third and long, they just swing it out here to Harrell and picks up a little bit of yardage, but that will bring up 4th down in a punting situation. And, you know, those penalties just too much to overcome here for Sylacauga.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like we've talked about, it's a young offense. They're still learning the system, so you can't shoot yourself in the foot by having pre-snap penalties. That's exactly what they did on that drive. Ended up getting, you know, more than 10 yards on the drive, but the pre-snap penalty and the first play going backwards right there really hurt them, and had a good 3rd down play that could have been enough for a 1st down if they don't have those other negative plays. And that's kind of the difference. I mean, you can't, it's, you know, 2 steps backwards, 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards, 1 step forward. Well, you're going to be going backwards when you do that. So they've got to figure out some kind of consistency on the offensive side, and that's where Coach Smelly is really going to probably want to see his team grow the most throughout this whole entire season here in year 1 for him. And, you know, for Sylacauga, this is a football program. They're starving for winning and success right now. I mean, we talked about in the opener, 14 straight losses dating back to 2021. They just need some kind of positivity to get back in this football program, to get them back to where we've seen this football program be before. And that's a good stop there on 1st down here from the Sylacauga defense.
Hobbs tackled by Elijah Williams. You saw what's coming up at halftime. Hope you'll stick around for special interview and also highlights from around the state. All that coming up on the King's Mattress Gallery halftime here on the AHSAA Thursday night statewide game of the week, presented by Sarah Automotive Group. 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers at the 45. McNeely looking, throws, completes inside across the 50. goes Cade Everson for the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down. Flags come in again, so penalties continue to pile up here in this first half.
Jabari Murphy is going to get called for a blindside block right there. You can see it coming out of the left side of your screen. That's exactly the call right there. That was a play, look, when I was playing, and I'm sure when you were playing, Mickey, you look for those type of opportunities to go and hit somebody that wasn't looking at you, but it is a dangerous play in football, and that's why we've had that blindside block penalty come in to play here recently, and you see it right here on the left side of your screen. All of a sudden, number 8 comes in, and boom. I mean, you dream of those type of hits as a player out there, but for the safety of the game, they're trying to get that play out, and that's why you'll see on Saturdays and Sundays on a lot of punt returns and stuff, guys just run with their arms out, just trying to get in the way of people because you can't just go find somebody and try to knock their head off anymore.
Blindside block against offense. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. We played second down.
So the Aggie defense gets a big break here with some help from the penalty.
Big drive in this football game. Sylacauga really cannot afford to give up any more points. It's been tough sledding offensively. You can keep it at 14-0. You can maybe try to make some adjustments at halftime and do some things to get back in the ball game in the second half.
We're going to have an officials meeting now. Not sure what the issue being discussed here is.
Well, it's from the spot of the foul, so they're probably talking about how much yardage from the spot of the foul and if that's a first down or not. I thought we were going to get an explanation, but instead they just brought in another one.
And it's 2nd down and 7 after all.
So they gained a yard. It was 2nd 8, now it's 2nd down 7.
Spotted at the 46. I think you're right. I think both coaches not happy with all the flags we're seeing here in this first half. We're into week 3. McNeely throws down the far sideline. Receiver is there. You're going to have pass interference as you had Cade Everson getting behind the defender, Tank Fluker, who got his hands up and didn't get his head around.
Yeah, can't face guard in high school football. You have to make some kind of play on the ball. And right there, never turned around, never tried to make any kind of play on the ball, just tried to get in his face and keep him from catching it. That's always going to be pass interference. But that came from getting beat at the line of scrimmage. I mean, right off the ball, did a good job right there, Everson did, of just getting around him, creating separation. And as this game's gone on, you're starting to see these wide receivers from Elmore County create more and more separation.
From the previous spot, first down.
Creates a Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down, and we are now into double figures on penalties in this first half, and we still have 8:06 to play. Coach Smelly looking on and hoping his defense can keep it right where it is. Here is the handoff to big Jabari Murphy. He is a load, and he gets it down to about the 30, or inside the 35 for a gain of 5. Here you can see Jabari Murphy, the senior wide receiver, playing running back on that play.
And it's a big old body and type of guy that as the game goes on, the more carries he gets, the tougher it's going to be for the Sylacauga team to get him to the ground.
2nd and 5 at the 34. Get to Murphy again. Nice vision right up the middle. He's going to pick up 7 yards, and that will lead to another Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down for Elmore County. Nice blocking at the point of attack.
Yeah, another really good job by Hunter Collins. We've seen him a couple of times on pulling from that left guard position and doing a good job with his body positioning as well as just using his feet to drive his guy. And we saw him lay out one of the linebackers earlier that he met in the hole. Offensive line starting to create a lot more holes here in the second quarter than they did early in the ball game.
Back to the other bruiser in this backfield, Hobbs, and another flag.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a hold out there on the outside. That's what allowed him to get out to the edge. It's kind of the risk that you run when you run the, see guys run toss sweeps and these zone plays where you're trying to go off the tackle, and you risk having that happen because it's an offensive lineman. You're trying to stay engaged. You see right there, trying to meet him in the hole, and just a little bit of a tug on the jersey there. The referee was able to see it. But, those defenders are actually trying to go to the ball. You're trying to stay engaged, and stay engaged just a little bit too long, and you always get the holding call right there.
Offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
So the spot of the foul was basically the line of scrimmage, so that'll make it first down and 20. Back at the 43. McNeely looking to throw. Gets it out of his hands quickly. It is caught by Tate McNeely. Short gain down to the 35-yard line as the Aggie defense doing a nice job of keeping that play in front of them.
And now you have a second down and long, so these next two plays are very important for this Aggie defense. If you can get a stop here, especially in this area of the field, keep it at about fourth down and 12, 13 range, around in there, you could force Elmore County to punch you the football back, and you might have a chance to go on a little drive here before halftime and, build something towards the second half.
Second down. And about 18. McNeely steps up in the pocket, goes deep, and it is incomplete. Receiver was double covered. It was intended for Cade Everson.
Pass intended for number 7, Everson, incomplete. 3rd and 18.
So 3rd and 18 for the Panthers, but at the 34-yard line, most likely in 4-down territory, and that'll take us to our second quarter heat break. 5:47 to play here in the first half. Elmore County pitching a shutout so far, leading Sylacauga 14-0.
If you've got $29, you've got the down payment for a brand new Nissan. Now at Sarah Nissan, 3 locations. Every vehicle, just $29 down, plus 0% financing for 60 months, 700 new Nissans, and you get a lifetime warranty, no charge. 0% financing for 60 months. Every vehicle, just $29 down. Now at Sarah Nissan in Birmingham and Sylacauga, plus Tony Sarah Nissan in Coleman.
There's a lot in life to smile about. Are loose dentures or missing teeth keeping you from enjoying the things you love? Don't miss out on enjoying life's precious moments. You can be you again with affordable mini dental implants. You can smile again, laugh out loud, and have your self-confidence back. Let us help you make it memorable.
I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
And we are just getting started on our AHSAA TV network game of the week. As you see there, Elmore County and Sylacauga. We're already into week 2, though. Tell you what, it starts moving quickly. And see it next week. It'll be Fairfield at Jasper. Then Vincent at BB Comer in week 4. And some other dates, some other games to be determined. But you also see there in week 6, you've got Winona and Ramsey playing each other at Legion Field. So that'll be a very interesting inner city matchup there in the city of Birmingham.
Hey, no doubt about that. I mean, if Winona can find a way to beat Pleasant Grove this week, that matchup could be huge in week 6.
Huge play here for the Aggie defense. 3rd and 18. They miss a chance at a sack. McNeely escapes, which he does so well. Takes a big hit on the Sylacauga sideline. As you see there, number 97, Chris Woods, laying the lumber to him. It's going to be 4th down for Elmore County.
Yeah, good job right there by Chris Woods to come over there. And you get an opportunity to hit the quarterback like that, you want to take advantage of it, and you see it right there. Big hit on McNeely, but McNeely just continues to show you his athleticism, what he can do when the play breaks down. And So they've got it to 4th down and 8. You know, I said Sylacauga probably needed to keep it at about 4th and 12, 13 range to try to get a punt maybe. We'll see Elmore County go for it here on 4th down and 8.
4th down at the 25. McNeely rolls to his right. 3 receivers in the pattern. Goes to the end zone. Nobody home. Maybe a mix-up in communication there, and it will fall incomplete. And so the Sylacauga defense, Caleb, comes up with a huge, huge stop here.
That's a big stop. You know, now you need to go turn it into points. You haven't been able to do a ton offensively so far. Need to find a way to turn this drive into points. And if you can do so, you get the ball to start the second half and could build a lot of momentum on that Sylacauga side, which is what they need. You see C.J. Franklin kind of dapping up a couple of his teammates, and I want to see him build some confidence from this quarterback position. That would help this offense out a lot.
So the Aggies come back out on offense, 1st and 10. They've been on that sideline for a long time.
Yeah, I think that was over a 5-minute drive there for Elmore County.
Franklin steps up in the pocket, has to take off as the pressure was coming, and he takes a big hit at the 20-yard line. Elmore County's Connor Pike, the sophomore, with another big play from the defensive side of the ball.
And we were talking about it when Elmore County was on offense. You get a chance to hit the quarterback, you better take advantage of it. Pike took full advantage of it right there. You see Franklin just kind of stops his feet, and once you stop and that defender is moving towards you, puts you in a vulnerable spot. Pike made him pay for it. Sophomore on sophomore right there. These two guys will be playing against each other a lot over the next few years.
2nd and 13. Get it out to Swain, but he just swarmed under at the 22-yard line. Just great defense. And once again, there you see number 28, Connor Pike, right in the middle of the action.
Well, and you know, we've seen Sylacauga take one shot downfield so far, and Franklin missed on that shot. Outside of that, everything's been these screen plays, been underneath. When you can't run the football and you don't have the threat of throwing it deep, the defense can just creep up more and more. That's what you're starting to see from this Panther defensive group.
So 3rd down and 13. What does Coach Smelly and the Aggies dial up here? Screen pass over to Oden. And Oden loses his headgear as he is stood up by a couple of Elmore County defenders. Connor Pike again, along with Tyler Payton that time.
Good job by the Elmore County defense. They needed that stop after turning it over on downs, and now they'll give this offense a chance to get some points before halftime and add on to this lead.
The white team. First time out of the half.
And the first time out taken by Elmore County at the 3:29 mark as the Panthers want to get the ball back and score some more points here late in the first half. Timeout brought to you by King Boys Towing.
It's a huge drive in this football game, really, for both sides. You know, we talked about for Elmore County, if you could jump on them, you could start to put some doubt on that Sylacauga side. And for Sylacauga, you need to keep yourself in this game. If you give up another touchdown, going to make it very difficult on them.
And I'd like to remind you, coming up tomorrow night on the Friday Night Rivals game on My 68, it'll be a very interesting matchup for you live at 7 o'clock. You kick off as Clay Chalkville travels to Pell City. The new look Panthers, coached by Rush Propst in his first season as head coach at Pell City. That game will kick off at 7 live on My 68. And then also, if you're out watching your favorite game tomorrow night, you can see the replay Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on WOTM.
And I'll tell you, Pell City, they played Moody week 0, and then last week played Leeds. But it's going to be a way different step up in competition taking on Clay Chalkville tomorrow night.
Pruitt's kick, a short one. And takes a very short Sylacauga roll and be down at the 47-yard line. So once again, Elmore County is going to operate with very good field position. As you can kind of sense, this game really, Caleb, is just being dominated now by this Elmore County football team. As Sylacauga had a little success there in that first quarter moving the football, but really nothing since here in the second.
You know, you see it all the times when you watch games on Saturday where it's, you know, like an Ohio State against a Kent State or, you know, Michigan against Central Michigan or something like that where, you know, you're watching early and there's 3:16 to go in the first quarter and it's 7-0. You're, hey, they're playing with them a little bit, but you got to be able to play with them for all 48 minutes in high school, 60 minutes in college, and you're starting to see when the second quarter turned, Elmore County really started to take control of this game. But good job up front here from Sylacauga. Nice tackle there to make the play, and that was number 32, Jamacion Sanders, coming through, the senior. So a negative play for Elmore County there on first down, exactly what Sylacauga needed. And we've talked about they've got to keep this score. If they can keep it at 14-0, you can maybe make a few adjustments there at halftime and get some confidence in your offense and try to get back in this football game.
Screen pass out to Everson. Nice job down the far sideline. Great play call, and it is going to be a black diamond and asphalt paving first down around the Sylacauga 30-yard line.
I'll tell you, when Everson decided to turn on the jets right there, he showed off some impressive speed going down the sideline. You can see him kind of trying to pick where he wants to go, and then all of a sudden, boom, he hit right there at the sideline, turned it on a little bit, and a nice gain there on second down and long for Elmore County, and now within striking distance.
First down at the Sylacauga 31. 2 timeouts left and 2:39 to play here in the first half. Panthers looking to pad their lead here in the Region 4 opener for these two teams. Here's the handoff to Everson, and he is pursued from behind by Trey Cook, the 9th grader, and another flag. We now have as many flags as points here in the first half.
A few holding calls and some pre-snap penalties as well. I guess the fortunate thing, we hadn't had any kind of personal foul penalties or any chippiness or anything after the play. Just mistakes before the snap or during the snap on both sides. A couple of pass interferences as well from Sylacauga.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Well, that creates a little hiccup in the drive for Elmore County. See how they respond. 1st and 20 back at the 41.
Replay first down.
And there's the look to the sideline. Tight end flexes out in the slot here. 1st and 20. Riles McNeely feeling some heat, leaves the pocket, turns, throws, incomplete down at the 28-yard line. He was trying to connect with that young man, number 22, Parker Hobbs.
You know, we talked about it last week. When a right-handed quarterback's rolling to his left, it's very important to get your shoulders turned as you're throwing the football. And you could tell in that last play, McNeely didn't get his shoulders turned enough. He kind of kept them open, and that's what made that ball sail on him a little bit right there. If he can turn his shoulders a little bit more, you can be a little bit more accurate with that ball. Might have been able to hit him in stride for a big gain. And there's a guy right there, and Coach Smelly knows a lot about turning them shoulders and moving to his left. He was taught very, very well by Coach Steve Spurrier.
4th on the all-time passing list in the AHSAA record books, throwing for over 10,000 yards in his high school career. Here is McNeely. Steps up, zips it over the middle, nobody home at the 22. So a couple of incompletions here. It's going to make it 3rd and 20. So an opportunity here once again. Sylacauga got the big stop a moment ago. They would love to keep it right here at least and get to halftime.
This first half's been a great example of how much penalties can really kill your momentum offensively. We've seen really about 2 or 3 drives tonight from Elmore County where they're building something. All of a sudden they get a pre-snap penalty, a holding call, something that forces them to go backwards. And now all of a sudden the drive halts. And we've seen the same thing over on the Sylacauga side. A couple times they've been able to move the football, but then they just shoot themselves in the foot with some penalties, and really makes it tough to move the ball offensively.
3rd and 20, screen pass is set up beautifully, and it's going to be a touchdown. Everson is going to go in and score. So Sylacauga brought the house, and the play call was perfect. Big time entertainment touchdown there for Everson, his 2nd touchdown catch of the first half.
Well-designed play. They hit him with the screen pass earlier. Last time it was Everson out of the backfield. This time they line him up out there at wide receivers. They do a good job of moving Everson and Murphy around all over the field. They make it hard to keep up with them. And you see Everson Once he got past the initial surge there from Sylacauga, nothing but green grass in front of him. And another walk-in touchdown here for the Panthers. They have really opened things up here in the second quarter. All 20 points. And now 21 points coming here in quarter number 2.
And the Alabama Family Central extra point is good as Tate McNeely is perfect, 3 for 3 on the night. And another look at the touchdown. There you see the Sylacauga front fork. When you get let go that free into the backfield, you know the screen pass is coming.
Yeah, I mean, and you could tell they realized it, but it was just too late to realize it, and they weren't in a position to be able to come over and make a play. But another good job by Elmore County. They've run the screen, about 4, 5, 6 times tonight. You wonder if they saw something on film where they said, hey, I think that we can exploit this a little bit if we need to on Friday night. And they've been able to take advantage of it on a couple of long situations there on 2nd and long and 3rd and long.
And I'd like to remind you, Big Time Entertainment is located right off of I-20 at exit 185 in Oxford. A huge family entertainment center that features something for every member of the family, including an indoor go-kart arena, bowling, laser tag, an elevated Ninja Challenge course, large arcade, including a retro arcade, that and much more at Big Time Entertainment, located just off I-20 in Oxford. We are in Sylacauga tonight in the Marble City, Legion Stadium downtown, and the Aggies have been really dominated here in this second quarter by the Elmore County Panthers, who have a 21-0 lead. And here's the Alabama Family Central kickoff. It's a squib kick on the ground, followed on at the 38-yard line, safely that time by the Aggies, Elijah Williams. So the Aggies come out. Caleb, they got all 3 of their timeouts to work with in a minute 48 and a little pretty good field position.
Yeah, and at some point you just kind of have to open it up with C.J. Franklin to see what he can do, and so we'll see if they maybe do that right here. You see it all the time when you watch football on Saturdays, or some quarterbacks, all of a sudden this team starts playing a little faster, no huddle, they don't have time to think about stuff, and they start playing a little bit faster and playing a little bit better. And so we'll see if Coach Smelly wants to maybe go to that 2-minute offense, play quick, and maybe it just allows C.J. Franklin to play a little free right here at the quarterback position. It's imperative for Sylacauga to do something, though. If they can go get some kind of points, they get the ball to start the second half. And so, NFL started the night with the Lions and the Chiefs playing each other, and you see it in the NFL all the time. The teams that can get that 2-for-1 situation and take advantage of it to really turn a game around. Sylacauga has that opportunity right here in this ball game.
And the King Boys towing and recovery timeout taken by Elmore County. That's their second. As they are probably anticipating what we are, is that the Aggies will be somewhat aggressive here late here in the first half. And once again, coming up on the King's Mattress Gallery halftime, we will have first half highlights. Also going to be joined by Sylacauga Athletic Director Chad Wilkinson. And then we'll have your Holtzford football highlights all coming up at halftime. The Sarah Automotive Group AHSAA Game of the Week presented by Black Diamond Paving, the Region 4 opener for Sylacauga and Elmore County out of Region 4, which includes some very good teams. We'll talk about that region as we get on into the game, but talking about Central Clay, Beauregard, Valley, and all those teams in action in region play this week.
And Central Clay went down Benjamin Russell last week and put a whooping on the 6A Wildcats.
So here we go. Franklin throws on first down. It is complete at the 45-yard line, gets it out to the 47. Nice throw and catch as Bryce Oden makes the grab, and that'll make it second down.
Hey, look, good throw in rhythm, though. I listened to Jordan Rogers during the Alabama game last week talk a lot about how quarterbacks, their feet getting in rhythm really matters, and right there Franklin was in rhythm, and now big quarterback draw. That's going to get him a first down.
Nice play call there as Franklin took the snap, took off. First time we've seen the quarterback draw tonight. It results in a Black Diamond first down. Stops the clock for the moment at 1:22. Now they wind the clock, but again, Sylacauga does have all 3 timeouts. First down at the Elmore County 45. Franklin, near sideline pass is incomplete. Quindavius Swain was a little behind the defender. He was double cover, but the pass was a little underthrown.
Hey, but I like it, though. I like that Coach Smelly's come out and kind of just opened it up a little bit. Right there, Franklin just needs to lay it out in front of his receiver a little bit more. You know, nowadays quarterbacks are taught throw it to grass. You don't necessarily throw it to the receiver. You throw it to open grass and let them run into it. He just needed to lay that one out there in front a little bit more.
2nd and 10, Franklin, same play as a moment ago, darts inside the 40. Gain of 6, so here's a 3rd and 4.
Play picks up 7 yards, 3rd down and 3.
They need to get to the 35 for a first down. Franklin passes away, caught Oden, 2nd catch on the drive. It's a gain of 6. It'll be a black diming first down for Sylacauga.
Very tough catch right there, and a nice throw again by C.J. Franklin. Didn't come out of his hand super smooth, but he did a good job of throwing it in rhythm with his wide receiver, catching him right off the break. Good drive here for the Aggies.
Franklin steps up, goes deep, and it's dropped, but a flag is going to come in. We're going to have pass interference on the play. Quindavius Swain made a good adjustment for the football, dropped it, but he was interfered with.
I think that the Aggies have found a little bit of a mismatch out there on the outside. Swain's been able to get behind his defender now about 3 different times here on this drive. And another example there, though, for Franklin, put a little bit more air under that ball. Throw that one a little bit more towards the end zone, towards that back pylon where your wide receiver can go run under it instead. See him having to adjust to it, come back to the football.
First down.
Ended up getting the interference call, which was big for him. And this is what we talked about, though, Mickey. If they could build something here on this drive and find a way to get some points, big chance at a 2-for-1 opportunity, and that's how you find yourself right back in the football game.
So 25 seconds to play, first down at the 19. They still have all 3 of their timeouts, so basically the whole playbook is available to them. Franklin, pump fakes, goes up top, receiver is there, touchdown. It is Quindavius Swain. Caleb, you called it. He was open again. This time, Franklin put it right there for the big-time touchdown.
Right there, you see the hitch and go, pump fake. Nice little route out there by Swain, and then he gets by his defender and able to get into the end zone. And a good pass that time by Franklin. He laid it out more in front of him. He didn't have to stop as much to try to catch the football, and also did a good job of not throwing him out of the back of the end zone. You'll see that from some young quarterbacks as well, where they maybe throw it too far and throw the receiver out of the end zone. Perfect pass, really a perfect drive, and that is exactly what Sylacauga needed here in this football game.
And Ethan Truitt is true on the Alabama Family Central extra point. So Sylacauga gets on the board here very late in the first half with this big throw and catch.
Good ball there by Franklin, had a nice spiral to it, and Swain really got going there on that offensive drive. And like we've talked about, it's a young offense learning the system here from Coach Chris Smelly. They need some drives like that to build confidence and show that what they're doing is important.
And a good look at Quindavius Swain after the big-time entertainment touchdown. So I think we'll see the Aggies. I don't think this will be the last time number 2 is targeted in this game.
And it shouldn't be. You know, and if you're Kyle Caldwell and his group, you're going to have to go into halftime and make some kind of adjustment defensively to maybe put some more guys on him, and can't let him go get behind you defensively the way he was able to really about 4 or 5 different times.
And next Thursday night, the AHSAA TV Network game of the week. We'll be back on the air 7 o'clock here on the statewide AHSAA Network with Fairfield at Jasper. Hope you'll join us again next Thursday night for that matchup. And here is the Alabama Family Central kickoff. And here's a nice return. It's Tyler Payton across midfield. And that'll be a first down for Elmore County once again in Sylacauga territory with 10 seconds to play here in the first half.
Yeah, big return there. You couldn't have that if you were Sylacauga. That's a big special teams mistake. They've now made 2 big mistakes special teams-wise here tonight. And so 10 seconds left for Elmore County. They do have 2 timeouts. They can go over the middle of the field, and we did have a late flag come in on the play, and it looks like that may go against Elmore County, which would be a huge penalty against the Panthers after that return.
And we'll get the call from our referee tonight.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against the white team. 15 yards penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Well, that does limit your options here with 10 seconds to go after that penalty.
If I'm Elmore County, I'd look at maybe going back to the screen pass again. It's worked successfully for you a few times, allowing your wide receivers and offensive linemen to go get in front of the running back or the wide receiver and make some blocks and give them some space. So it wouldn't be a terrible time to go back to it right here before halftime, especially with the defense playing back. You allow your guys to get up out in front of them and get some hat-on-hats, and could open up some open field for Elmore County to get a late touchdown here before halftime.
And McNeely rolling out, zips it downfield, almost intercepted. Nice break on the football by K.D. Cannon, and that leaves 3 seconds on the clock. And hey, I'd like to remind you, Black Diamond Asphalt Paving, they take care of all your commercial and residential parking lots, driveways, highway and street construction and repair, excavating and hauling. Take care of all your needs in Central and North Alabama. Black Diamond Asphalt Paving. So potentially the final play of the half. And it'll just be a running play here. So look, I got to make the tackle, and they do get Cade Everson safely to the artificial surface here at Legion Field, and that will take us to the end of the first half. 21-7, Elmore County leading Sylacauga. We'll be back to Legion Stadium in just a moment.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Shop with confidence at King's Mattress Gallery. Newly stocked signature sectionals and recliners for any size room. Mega Motion and signature lift chairs. Sealy Hybrid Duo Chill mattresses for a cool night's sleep. Temper Ergo smart bases that respond to snoring automatically. Visit King's Mattress Gallery today.
Family owned and operated since 1994.
Proudly serving in Sylacauga and surrounding areas.
Uncle Marcus, will you tell us a story about King Boys again?
Sure. Well, it all started back in 2008.
2008?
We didn't have all the fancy towing equipment we do now, but we did have a service and a desire to help our customers. You see, kids, you must train your mind and your body to be able to help the people you call customer. When they call on us, it's showtime. Understand me. King Boys' mission is to help when people are in need. So what's our motto, children?
King Boys forever!
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
$500 over invoice now at Tony Sarah Ford. Every new Ford on the lot, $500 over invoice when you trade in finance with Tony Sarah Ford, plus 3.9% financing for 72 months. Save thousands on new F-150s and more, all backed by Sarah's lifetime warranty. No charge. Every new Ford, $500 over invoice at Tony Sarah Ford. In Sylacauga, TonySarahFord.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Report. We continue now with our AHSAA Thursday night game of the week. Elmore County leading Sylacauga 21-7, the Class 5A Region 4 opener for both of these teams. We are coming to you live tonight from downtown Sylacauga at Legion Stadium. Time now for our Holtzford highlights.
We begin with Clay Chalkville and Hueytown. Jefferson County rivals Clay Chalkville and Hueytown, who played in the 2021 Class 6A Finals at Protective Stadium, with the Cougars winning 46-42. Friday's game was much different as both teams displayed strong defensive efforts. We pick up the action with Clay Chalkville relying on its special teams to get both touchdowns. Mario Craver hauls in a kickoff at the Cougars' 8-yard line, finds a seam, dashes 92 yards for the first touchdown of the game. Marlon Compton later returned a punt 41 yards on this dazzling run in the fourth quarter as Clay won 17-3 to start the season 2-0. We next move to Enterprise and Auburn. Enterprise went on the road to open Class 7A Region 2 play at Auburn. This game was also a defensive battle from start to finish, with special teams deciding the outcome. The Wildcats took advantage of 4 Auburn turnovers, including this fumble that Tamaris Green picked up and ran 48 yards for a score. A fourth quarter field goal by Towns Magoo gave Auburn a 16-14 lead, but the visitors were not through. Knocking on the end zone with only a few seconds remaining, Enterprise place kicker Andrew Pickard sets up for a 19-yard field goal try and kicks it through the uprights as a horn sounds, and the Wildcats remain unbeaten at 2-0 with a 17-16 win. In a week that wasn't very kind to defending state champions St. James 3A and Ramsey 5A, who lost to Hanley and Parker respectively, defending state champion Fife ran into its rival nemesis Geraldine in the season opener, the same team that ended the Red Devils' 51-game winning streak in 2021. Geraldine came out quickly with quarterback Jackson Colvin scoring the game's first touchdown on a 4-yard run, and follows with a touchdown pass to Carlos Mann. The Bulldogs of Coach Michael Davis added a field goal and held on to win 17-6, making it 3 defending champions getting beat in the same week. Leeds traveled to Pell City as Coach Rush Probst, who returned to the head coaching in Alabama this season, looked to get his first win as the Panthers head coach. The Leeds defense was the difference, however. We see Miles Ashford intercepting a pass in the first quarter and scoring a touchdown. We pick up the final highlight as Green Wave teammate Joshua Lee repeats the feat with a pick 6 in the fourth quarter as Leeds won 30-23, and leaves Coach Probst and the Panthers still looking for their first win of the season. Russellville announcers were dead on in this game as we pick up Russellville sophomore running back Cam Paginzi, who rushed for 186 yards and 3 touchdowns. He streaks through the Deschler defense on this 80-yard beauty. Urged on by his announcer to turn on the burners, he does just that as he speeds to the end zone. His other scoring runs were 9 and 19 yards, and the Golden Tigers of Coach John Ritter improved to 2-0 with a 35-13 win. Defending 6A state champion Saraland won its season opener in overtime, 31-30 over Lipscomb Academy of Nashville. Week 2 was much less suspenseful. The Spartans got all they needed from running back Sante McWilliams to beat Murphy. He scored 4 touchdowns with 99 yards rushing on 9 carries, all in the first half, with dazzling runs like this one. Saraland 2-0 cruised in for a 54-6 win over the Panthers. In volleyball, the hottest volleyball team in Alabama continued to be red hot last week as Bob Jones, now 14-0, headed to Mobile to take on defending Class 7A state champion McGill-Toolen Catholic. The Lady Patriots of Coach Jenny Jarrett are shown dominating this long rally thanks in a big part to Kennedy Vaughn, who surpassed 1,000 career kills with 54 throughout the week to go along with 10 blocks and 15 digs. Meg Jarrett assisted with 55 digs, surpassing 1,500 for her career. She also had 14 assists, and Bob Jones won the match over the Dirty Dozen. And Montgomery Academy Class 5A, as Montgomery Academy won 7 matches last week, including the championship match of its own annual MAC Attack Volleyball Tournament in Montgomery. We catch them in action versus Elmore County in the tourney. Addie Vinson led the Eagles with 95 assists, 21 digs, and 22 aces for the week, while Ellie McBride had 39 kills and 23 digs. Caroline McDaniel had 28 kills and 31 digs as Montgomery Academy, now 11-3, rolled to the tournament title for Coach Julie Gordon. Hey, send in your favorite highlight to the email on the screen. Join us again next time for David Holsford's Alabama High School Athletic Association highlights for the week.
If you've got $29, you've got the down payment for a brand new Nissan. Now at Sarah Nissan, 3 locations. Every vehicle, just $29 down, plus 0% financing for 60 months, 700 new Nissans, and you get a lifetime warranty, no charge. 0% financing for 60 months. Every vehicle, just $29 down. Now at Sarah Nissan in Birmingham and Sylacauga, plus Tony Sarah Nissan in Coleman.
Greenco Athletic Fields Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialists. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides anti-mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
I was in a car accident. My front tooth cracked. I'm definitely embarrassed to smile. I got mini dental implants. It changed my life because it made me feel like me. Like I can smile and feel like Ashley. I just want to say thank you.
You can be you again with mini dental implants. I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
I'm more than happy. I'm ecstatic.
And we are back at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga. There you see our halftime score. Elmore County leading the Aggies 21-7. We continue now with our King's Mattress Outlet halftime show. Mickey Shadricks and Caleb Brooks with you live from the Marble City in downtown Sylacauga tonight, where we are joined by a very special guest. Chad Wilkinson, the athletic director at Sylacauga High School, joins us here at halftime. Chad, thanks for spending a few minutes with Caleb and I. And let me just start with your football coach, Chris Smelly, who is obviously carries a lot of records in the AHSA record books. That everyone that knows high school football in the state and followed his career playing and coaching, and now he's leading your football program. Talk about what he's brought to your team, to your school.
Coach Smelly, he's a great football mind, and he also he brings a lot to the table. You know, he's one coach that we kind of look for to come in here and try to change our football program around, and he brought his own staff in here, and he's done a great job so far. The kids are starting to buy into what he's trying to teach, and we're looking forward to good things down the road.
You know, I think that a lot of people look at, football and kind of their lack of success the last couple of years and look at it as, how athletics at Sylacauga are down. But Y'all been really good in basketball, making a Final Four appearance in the last 3 years. Baseball's gotten to the semifinals. And what do you think it's going to take to get this football program back to where we've seen Sylacauga football be before?
I think it's going to take a lot of hard work. You know, he's got a great coaching staff behind him. He's got a great admin behind him. And I think it's probably going to take a couple years for him to, you know, for everybody to buy in. And we're trying to get the community to buy in. And I think he's going to do good things for us down the road.
Chad, speaking of community buy-in, I know you get a lot of community support around Sylacauga. Talk about how important that is when you're trying to have a successful athletic program, along with everything else that goes on with running a high school.
Yeah, running a high school, running all the athletic programs it can be a tough job. It's, you know, it's almost 24/7. Sometimes you got weekends that you have to be here for volleyball and other sports like that. But I'm also a coach as well. I also coach the Sylacauga girls softball program as well. And you know, it takes a lot of effort, not only from me, but from my assistant AD and the admins and the teachers. And you know, it's just a buy-in all around in the whole school. So that's the goal we're looking for, is we're wanting to buy in from the entire school and our feeder schools and the community. And it's going to take a lot of hard work. It's not a quick fix overnight. It's going to take a little time, but we're on the right path.
And you're in the game here at halftime with a very explosive Elmore County team. Good luck in the second half, Chad, and thanks for stopping by to chat with us here at halftime.
You're welcome. Appreciate you having me. Thank you.
All right, Sylacauga Athletic Director Chad Wilkinson joining us here at halftime. We'll continue live from Legion Stadium after this timeout.
$500 over invoice now at Tony Serra Ford. Every new Ford on the lot, $500 over invoice when you trade and finance with Tony Serra Ford, plus 3.9% financing for 72 months. Save thousands on new F-150s and more, all backed by Serra's lifetime warranty. No charge. Every new Ford, $500 over invoice at Tony Serra Ford. In Sylacauga, TonySerraFord.com.
Greenco Athletic Field Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialists. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides anti-mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state.
Mr. President, Bessemer Superhighway is backed up. What are we going to do?
Are you serious? Get me the King Boys.
King Boys Towing is the fastest growing tow and recovery company in Birmingham and surrounding areas for one reason. Our customers are our top priority. Whether your car's been in an accident, is stuck in the driveway and won't start, or you just need a tow to your preferred repair shop, give us a call. Our fleet of flatbed tow trucks will provide courteous and fast service. King Boys Towing, 205-428-3235.
There's a lot in life to smile about. Are loose dentures or missing teeth keeping you from enjoying the things you love? Don't miss out on enjoying life's precious moments. You can be you again with affordable mini dental implants. You can smile again, laugh out loud, and have your self-confidence back. Let us help you make it memorable.
I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
And back at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga, halftime score, Elmore County leading the Aggies 21-7 in this Class 5A Region 4 opener for both of these teams here on the AHSAA TV Network Thursday night game of the week. Second half action still to come. Stay with us.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Man Brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
Hello, my name is Henry Looney. I'm the pastor of Reaching the World Bible Church, and we'd like to invite you to our 30th church anniversary and homecoming on Sunday, September 24th at 1 p.m. Come celebrate with us. God bless you. We hope to see you there.
If you've got $29, you've got the down payment for a brand new Nissan. Now at Serra Nissan, 3 locations. Every vehicle, just $29 down, plus 0% financing for 60 months, 700 new Nissans, and you get a lifetime warranty, no charge. 0% financing for 60 months. Every vehicle, just $29 down. Now at Sarah Nissan in Birmingham and Sylacauga, plus Tony Sarah Nissan in Coleman.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
I was in a car accident. My front tooth cracked. I'm definitely embarrassed to smile. I got mini dental implants. It changed my life because it made me feel like me. Like I can smile and feel like Ashley. I just want to say thank you.
You can be you again with Mini Dental Implants. I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
I'm more than happy. I'm ecstatic.
And back with the Kings Mattress Gallery halftime report. Halftime winding down here at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga. Second half action still to come. Elmore County leading the Aggies 21-7. Sylacauga will receive the football to begin the second half. So that late touchdown they got there in the first half, the fact they get the ball in the second half, really going to be a crucial first few minutes of this second half, Caleb.
Yeah, you know, we talked about early in the ballgame, they had a holding penalty after that long screenplay that would have gotten them a first down, would have kept them from getting a 3 and out. Well, that last drive could be a huge point in this ballgame, especially if they can come out and get some points. But just building some momentum, getting some confidence going into the second half was huge for the Kings.
Let's take a look back at the first half. You know, it was kind of a slugfest there in that first quarter. Then finally in the second quarter, Elmore County really got it going offensively. A couple of quick touchdowns.
Yeah, you know, a big play right there to Cade Everson. He had a couple of touchdowns there in that first half, and a big one there to Jabari Murphy. And that came all within about 10 seconds of each other right there, which is where Elmore County really punched them in the mouth. And then a screenplay right here on 3rd down and 20. Led to a touchdown for Elmore County, putting them up 21-0. Looked like they were starting to run away with it. Huge touchdown that we just talked about here from C.J. Franklin to get Sylacauga some points before the half, and that has really kept them in this ball game and gives them a lot of hope now going into half number 2.
Yeah, Quindavius Swain, a talented wide receiver there, making that touchdown catch. As you mentioned in our telecast in the second quarter, he's been getting open against this Elmore County secondary. C.J. Franklin's young, but got a good arm, though. Expect to see those two try to connect some more here in the second half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you know, you could see they kind of started finding out, hey, we got a little bit of a mismatch out here, and Franklin started to get some confidence and, you know, really threw the ball well there towards the end. So hopefully he can carry that over into the second half, and we should be in for a really fun second half with these two teams.
Elmore County offense coming into this game after putting a lot of points on the board in the first 2 games, but only 21-7 leading Sylacauga here at halftime. We're joined now by Sylacauga head coach Chris Smelly. Coach, thanks for taking a minute with us. Talk about that first half and how important that touchdown was for you guys late in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, it was big for us. You know, obviously we had to get some momentum. Now we got the ball here to start the second half, but I mean, I did a really bad job offensively of having our guys prepared and ready to do things that were going to be successful. So we feel good about kind of the things that we're going to put in here for the second half, and we got to go out and play some football.
Coach, talk about how huge that last drive was, especially for C.J. Franklin and his confidence now going into half number 2.
Yeah, had to have it. You know, we've got some receivers that can make some plays, and we got to get the ball into their hands. So we got to do a good job of calling plays that can let them go showcase their strengths. So got to make sure that we're tackling well on defense. There's been some lapses in that. But I can tell you one thing is this team's not going to give up. We're going to keep fighting here.
Coach, it seemed like Swain was getting open against their secondary. Will we see more targets for him in the second half?
Hey, we need to if I know what I'm doing, right?
Coach, I'm sure you do. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Sylacauga head coach Chris Smiley joining us here at halftime. And, yeah, this game is with all things considered, with coming in on paper, it looked like this was going to be a tough task for Sylacauga, but they are right in this football game and, as Coach Smiley said, set to receive the second half kickoff with a chance to pull even closer. And before we get going with the second half, we'd like to thank our friends at Bandits Bar and Grill, providing us great food before the game. I tell you, the smoked turkey sandwich
Pretty
is
good.
outstanding.
No doubt.
You know, sometimes you just smoked turkey's a little dry. Not at Bandits Bar and Grill. They have new hours, by the way, Wednesday through Saturday, open at 11 a.m., close around 11 p.m. So if you still have half your sandwich left, they're going to let you finish. Full menu and full bar, day and night. Bandits Bar and Grill. I love the name.
No, yeah, it's great. I've been there a few times. They've got some great stuff, very good wings, good hamburgers, steaks, all that type of stuff. And like you said, we had the smoked turkey tonight. So if you're around the Sylacauga area coming through, look to Bandits Bar and Grill. It's a great place to go. They got a great atmosphere and got a good nightlife as well, as you see some people playing some cornhole right there and a band performing, pool tables. So it's a great place to go and hang out at, be with some friends, and enjoy a great time.
And thanks to Derek and the gang at Bandits Bar and Grill. And Coach Smelly getting his troops ready to receive the second half kickoff. And a big, coaches always talk about the first few minutes of the second half. And I tell you, it couldn't be any more true for this Sylacauga football team as they try to get something going here and close this 14-point gap that they face here, because Elmore County, they proved in those first 2 weeks they can score at will, and then they really got going in that second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they showed you what they can do offensively, but, again, and if we'd have more time, I'd like to ask Coach Smelly, I mean, if you'd have told him that they'd hold Elmore County to 21 points there in the first half and 0 through the first 13 minutes, he probably would have felt really good about where they're at in this ball game. And they did a good job of getting themselves back into the game at the end. This first drive, very critical. As you said, you talked about the first couple of minutes of this half. When I played for Danny Horn at Benjamin Russell, that's what he would write on the board going out in the second half, first 5 minutes, and really emphasize how important that is. And you see it all the times when you're watching games, whether it's Friday nights, Saturdays, Sundays, Monday Night Football. The second half is really, especially that beginning part of the second half, it's where momentum is taken by teams and really where the game can be won or lost.
And the Alabama Family Central second half kickoff is fielded at the 25-yard line by Gabriel Harrell. He's taken down immediately. Great coverage by Justin Brooks, the sophomore on kick coverage team for Elmore County. So here we go with the second half. Sylacauga will come back out with C.J. Franklin, the sophomore, still at quarterback. You had senior Connor Twyman start at quarterback and basically, I think, took one snap. And since then, other than the Wildcat with Quindavia Swain, it's been this young man, the sophomore, C.J. Franklin.
Yeah, and he's grown up as this game has gone on. So that last drive had to, really put a lot of confidence in him and show him what his ability is. And, like I was saying before that last drive, you got to feel like that they were going to open it up and just see if they can get something going down the field. And it looks like we may have had a penalty on the kickoff that's really going to put Sylacauga back now. It may have been a delayed penalty.
Play.
Yep.
Personal foul. Red team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So not what they were looking for there. A penalty knocks them backwards. It will still be first down and 10, but tough field position right here. They're going to have to go 88 yards to try to make this a one-score ball game.
Yeah, a big difference in field position for the Aggies. They snap it from inside the 15. Franklin looks to throw. Goes up top, receivers open, and overshoots Oden at the 42-yard line. Bryce Oden was open. The pass outside of his reach.
They have found a big mismatch on the outside. Both sides of the field, the corners just are not able to run stride for stride with these wide receivers, and they've double moved them, which is causing their feet to stop a little bit, and they're taking advantage of it. Not a bad throw by Franklin, just a little too far out in front of him.
Five-man rush here. Franklin cannot escape the pressure. He's going to go down back inside the 10-yard line. The Panthers come after the young sophomore quarterback, and they get to him. Brandon White, the senior linebacker.
Yeah, and, not bad pocket movement right there by C.J. Franklin. As you see again right here, him moving his feet, trying to step up, make a couple guys miss. But White was able to get a hand on him and hold on. You know, that's kind of been the story of these two teams. Silicaga's missed some tackles, which has allowed Elmore County to get some extra yardage. Elmore County hasn't missed very many tackles on the defense side of the football.
Third down and long. They swing it out here to Cottingham, and he is tackled immediately. So the penalty really put him in a tough spot. Then the sack on second down, and it'll not be the way the Aggies wanted to start this drive here in the second half.
No, and they had the play they wanted on first down, too. I think that's probably what's going to be so frustrating for Coach Smiley and his coaching staff when they look at the film and look at what they did to come out in the second half. You know, he told us he felt good about their plan, and they had the right play called there, but just wasn't able to execute. And then the sack, as you said, on second down forces them backwards, and just way too much for them to try to get the first down there on third down.
So they punt from their own end zone. It hits at the 41 and bounces a few yards downfield, but Elmore County is going to start their first offensive series inside Sylacauga territory. Next week on the AHSAA TV network, Thursday night game of the week, we will be live from Jasper. Fairfield take on Jasper, 7 o'clock kickoff right here on the AHSAA TV network, WOTM, and all of our affiliates. So here's Riles McNeely and the Elmore County offense that scored 21 points in the second quarter. Out for the first time on offense here in the second half. The Aggies offense couldn't do anything with it. Let's see if the defense can get off the field, and we're gonna have a pre-snap penalty here against Elmore County.
It's the same way they opened up the first half. False start on their first play of the game, and then right here, first play of the second half, another false start. It looked like the snap came kind of late. Everybody else was moving. The snap was just about a half second late.
5 yards from the previous spot.
And I'm telling you, if Elmore County hadn't shot themselves in the foot a couple of times tonight, we're looking at maybe a 35-7, 42-7 ball game. But they've really hurt themselves on 2 or 3 drives here tonight by, you know, having to play 1st and 15, 1st and 20 situations.
So they hand it off. This is Murphy right up the middle. And Jabari Murphy muscles his way back, right back into Sylacauga territory for a big gain on first down.
You know, his legs don't move super fast, but his stride is so long. You see it right here. I mean, just kind of glides right there through the hole. Next thing you know, he's got a gain of 13 yards and sets up the second down and short.
So now after the Elmore County defense comes up with the big stop, they love to punch it in here early in the second half and extend their lead. Murphy fake it to him. Neely keeps it, and he's down to about the 36-yard line, tackled low by Landon Burns, but that will be good enough for a Black Diamond asphalt paving first down.
So after the false start, they have had 2 big plays here offensively, which is exactly what they were looking for. Not the first half they really wanted on offense, and that's still with 21 points on the board. But this is an offense that's used to scoring and used to executing on that side of the football. They would like to have a lot cleaner half and a lot better execution here in the second half.
First down at the Aggie 36. Some big plays in that second quarter. A 33-yard touchdown catch, a 30-yard halfback pass touchdown, and the 41-yard touchdown play. And here is Murphy as they keep it on the ground. Murphy, good speed and power, and runs over one defender, bulls his way inside the 20, right back with another Black Diamond asphalt paving first down. And this young man right here is a handful.
No doubt about it. I mean, look at him get to the edge right here and then use his strength. You see him break a tackle there and then watch him just throw his defender off right there. But it looks like we have a flag on the play. I'm not sure if it happened during the play or after the play. We've already had a couple that here recently that have been after the play.
Already 3 flags in the first 3 minutes here in the second half.
Going to run, holding, offense, 10 yards from the previous spot, replay first down.
So the big run there by Murphy negated by the holding penalty. So they spot it back at the 46-yard line, 1st and 20. Here's another little halfback pass. Well, Everson won't be able to pull the trigger, and he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. So that is a big negative play produced there by the Sylacauga defense. Here you see KD Cannon getting in the backfield.
Yeah, good job there by Cannon, and it looks like this time the defensive backs for Sylacauga stayed with their guys, did not let them get behind them. They tried to go right back to that same play, and may have some cramping issues from KD Cannon. Not sure what it is. Hope it's just a cramp. He's kind of holding the outside part of that knee. That would be brutal for Cannon and this Sylacauga team, but nonetheless, long way to go here to get a first down for Elmore County.
And they try to set up the middle screen. They do get it, but it's just defended so well. Justin Brooks really didn't have a chance to go anywhere as he was wrapped up quickly by freshman linebacker Trey Cook.
Now, overall, Coach Smelly has to be happy with what his defense has given him here tonight. I mean, if it wasn't for the turnover on special teams that gave them a short field, I mean, they scored 2 touchdowns all within about 15 seconds of each other. Outside of that, they've done a good job, and they've done a lot better job as the game has gone on of making tackles and not allowing Elmore County to have a bunch of second chances.
Big play here for the Aggie defense. 3rd and 24 at the Sylacauga 48. McNeely rolls to his left, 3 receivers to that side. He pump fakes, still looking, pressured, slings it downfield. What a catch at the 32-yard line by Murphy, who's doing it all tonight here at Legion Field. He's going to be short of the first down, but still puts him in a situation where they can go for it, Caleb.
Yeah, Jabari Murphy has been impressive watching him tonight, but it's also been a ton of fun watching McNeedy back there, and I'm just telling you, he reminds me so much of his head coach when his head coach played quarterback. I mean, they're very similar. They play a similar style of ball, and he just kept the play alive right there.
I think we got another penalty.
Flag, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
2 of them out there.
2 big plays have negated here by penalties against Elmore County.
Looks like an eligible receiver downfield.
Hey, these officials aren't missing anything tonight. Coach Caldwell not happy with the call, obviously.
During the play, ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay the 3rd down.
Well, it gives the Sylacauga defense another shot to end this drive and try to get the ball back for their offense.
Yeah, penalties have been the best friend of Sylacauga so far defensively.
So 3rd and 29 as they spot it back at the 47. And Sylacauga is going to jump off sides.
You know, that's a rule I wouldn't mind seeing change in the future as well. In high school football, is letting guys get back on sides the way that they're able to in college and pro ball as well.
I think with all the shifting and all the cadence situations, well, they're actually going to mark this off against the offense.
False start. On the offense, 5-yard penalty, remain 3rd down.
So 3 penalties here against Elmore County in their first offensive series here in the second half. So 3rd and 29 back at the 42.
Every play they've run has gone forward as well. You know, that's what's crazy to think about. They've gained yardage on this drive, but they've just killed themselves with the yellow flags coming out.
McNeely drops to throw. Airs it out downfield. The pass is caught, but Everson is out of bounds.
Pass incomplete.
No flag that I see. Do you see one?
I don't see one out there this time.
So it is 4th down.
You know, that was a well-placed ball there by McNeedy. Just kind of let him out of bounds a little bit, but he at least put it where only his guy was going to be able to go up and make a play on it and try to get his feet in bounds. So not really the drive they were looking for to get this second half started. Sylacauga just continues to hang around in this football game.
And looks as though we're going to have another officials
Well, the ball boy ran out onto the field and picked up the football without having another football to replace it with. So I think it messed up the spot a little bit there. They got to respot the football.
It's 4th and 34. And here's the Elmore County punt team on the field. And this will hit at the 35 and take a Sylacauga bounce back to the 40. So the Aggies defense, with a little help of the yellow hanky, they're going to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense, still only trailing 21-7 at about the midway point of the third quarter.
It's one of those games where Coach Caldwell is going to be really upset with his group and the way that they have, really kind of just killed themselves so far here tonight. But Coach Smelly will be pleased with his group, the way they've competed, the way they've kept themselves into the ball game and giving themselves a chance.
Franklin gets his pass away. Oden makes the grab at the 43, wrapped up immediately by Mason Goggins, the junior defensive back.
Number 4, Bryce Oden, tackle on the play.
And that is Connor Twyman back in there at quarterback. We mentioned he took the first snap of the game, and now here he comes back in here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe he had some kind of injury or something that was nagging him, but had a good drive right before the half from C.J. Franklin. Wasn't able to get much going there to start the second half, so they go back to their veteran guy who has some a little bit more experience back there.
He throws over the middle, pass too high down at the 35-yard line. It was intended for Jakari Cunningham, and that was good coverage by number 20, Shea Darnell.
Yeah, good job by Darnell coming over the middle right here, and you see him maybe. He's really right on time with making the hit and when the ball was coming across. And so good timing there from the safety position. Not a bad pass there from Twyman, but now third down and long again. This is where the Aggies have stayed throughout the night.
Third down and 7. Good look at Coach Smelly calling the play on this crucial third down here for the Aggies. Passes away, and it's caught by Oden down at the 42. And that will be a Sylacauga first down as the Aggies convert on 3rd and 7 for the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down.
Yeah, Mason Goggins just gave way too much cushion out there on the outside. I mean, I know that you don't want to let anybody get behind you, but you can't give them that much cushion there on 3rd down and 8. And good job by Twyman to find his receiver, stick it in there, and a big first down for the Aggies.
And back to the running game. This is Smith, cannot get outside as Tyler Payton comes up in run support.
That's been the biggest difference in this ball game. Elmore County has been able to run the football some tonight. Sylacauga really has no running game at all. The only times they've really been able to move it is when they've tried to do the Wildcat a couple of times. And otherwise, if they just try to line up and run straight at Elmore County, they've not been able to find anything. And when you become one-dimensional on offense, it becomes a lot harder to move the ball consistently.
Second down and 11. Pass downfield, way out of bounds, intended for Quindavius Swain. He was double covered in the secondary, so it will be 3rd down and long for Sylacauga.
Yeah, they converted on the last one. This one will be a little bit tougher, and it looks like we'll have our heat timeout for the first time here in the second half.
4:26 to play here in the third quarter. Sylacauga trailing Elmore County here at home, 21-7.
Greenco Athletic Fields Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialists. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides anti-mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state.
High school football is brought to you by Coosa Valley Medical Center, Glory Darling's Restaurant, Sylacauga Glass, Heritage South Federal Credit Union, Mr. Rick Morris, Earlene's Flowers on the Talladega Highway, State Representative District 33, Ben Robbins, Donahue Physical Therapy on West Fort Williams, Talladega County Commissioner Cindy Pennington, Model City Pharmacy, Omnia, Community Funeral Home, Charles Woods and Cadero Wood, Albia Steers on Highway 21.
And Riverwoods Lodge, Alabama has a sleeper car on the Locust Fork of the Black Warrior River, a truly 100-acre unique tranquil property. Sleeps 7 and features 2 fire pits, 2 grills, cornhole, horseshoes, kayaking, tubing, beach volleyball, karaoke, an outdoor movie screen, and much more at Riverwood Lodge, Alabama. So 3rd and 11, Sylacauga. Twyman stepping up. Over the middle, pass is picked at the 20. Receiver was open, the pass was too high and went right into the waiting arms of Shea Darnell, and the drive comes to an end with the interception.
Yeah, 2 really good plays on this drive by Darnell, and wasn't a bad decision there by Twyman, but he just overshot his receiver. A little bit of that had to do with the pressure. He got hit right as he threw it. That may have caused the pass to go up a little bit higher than he wanted. But he had his man over the middle. It would have been another good 3rd down conversion, but Darnell had the pass break up earlier, and then right there, right man in the right spot. He gets the interception, and Coach Caldwell would really like to see his offense get going, as we talked about. I mean, it had a good drive at the start of the second quarter where they got a touchdown, got a turnover, scored immediately, and outside of that, they've only scored 1 other time here in this ball game, and not what we've been used to seeing offensively from Elmore County through the first 2 weeks.
Here's the handoff to Everson. Breaking tackles up the middle.
Everson with the carry.
Hard run there by Cade Everson. You got Everson, you got Jabari Murphy. You got also the capable legs of Riles McNeely and another Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down. This Elmore County offense is gonna be a handful in this Region 4 race this season.
Yeah, they definitely will be. I mean, they have really good concepts. They do a lot of good things on the offensive side of the football with the blocking scheme, their route scheme, and they have some guys up front who are not afraid to be physical, put a hat on a hat, and make blocks. And been very, very impressed watching number 58, Hunter Collins, and him pulling. Anytime they pull and run behind him, they've been able to find some running room. He's done a really good job from his guard position tonight. And it's flip-flop from the left side and the right side throughout the night as well, which is not easy to do.
2nd down and 6. And quarterback keep here is McNeely, his first run of the second half. And he's going to be about a half yard short of the first down.
McNeely with the carry.
So there is a look there at Hunter Collins. He has been the guy they've been trying to run behind throughout the night. Started out at left guard early in the game, now playing right guard here in the second half. And, you know, you think it's just easy. You just flip-flop everything you do, but it changes up all the terminology that you hear. And
here's Everson again on the handoff, and he is going to get just enough. Didn't get much, but got enough for the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down just inside the 35-yard line.
Good start to this drive for Elmore County. It's the type of offense that needs to get a couple of first downs to get some momentum, and then you'll see them just continue to speed it up as the drive goes on and the defense starts to get a little bit more tired. Starting to see some of these Sylacauga defenders bend over a little bit more in between plays, starting to show a little bit of that fatigue.
McNeely, his second carry of the second half, and he's going to pick up 3 yards down to the 31. So not only Elmore County like to continue to march it down and score, but also taking away a lot of time off the clock here in the third quarter. Already down to 2 minutes to play here in the third. A touchdown here at this point makes it a really tough hill to climb for Sylacauga.
Yeah, especially when outside of one drive, they've just not been able to be very consistent on the offensive side of the football so far here tonight. Using a lot of the play clock. 2nd down and 7, McNeely rolling out.
under pressure by Landon Burns, throws downfield, and it is incomplete. Nice break on the football by Tank Fluker.
For number 8, Jabari Murphy.
Good job there by Fluker to step in front of the pass. And, you know, McNeely was trying to buy some more time. He does a good job right there of faking, pulling up. You know, you see Kyler Murray do that a lot in the NFL, using his feet, using his speed. But sometimes when guys are trying to make plays too much, you almost have a negative play there. And that would have been a big play for Fluker in this defense to get the turnover there and get some momentum back on that side.
3rd and 7. Everson gets around the edge, and he ducks his head, got the first down. The Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down, and Cade Everson able to get around the edge and make the big run.
You know, it almost feels like it at times that Elmore County is just throwing the football to almost just work on their passing game, because when they've wanted to run the football, they've been able to run with a lot of success. And guys up front doing a really good job, and then it doesn't matter who they put there at running back. They're able to break tackles and get upfield.
Back in the green zone is Elmore County, and back with the football is number 7, Cade Everson, as he bulls his way inside the 10 down to about the 9. That's going to take us down to the 1-minute mark here of the 3rd quarter, as Elmore County methodically moving the football behind Hunter Collins and this offensive line for the Panthers, who really kind of seemed to start taking this game over in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, they did. I mean, once they kind of got their footing in this ball game, figured out some of the stuff that Sylacauga was doing up front, they've really settled in. They've blocked very well up front, and you can just see, watching the Sylacauga players move around, that the amount of time they've been on the field tonight is really starting to show and affect them.
Here's Murphy. Misdirection play. Flag comes in, so Murphy is in the end zone for the touchdown, but hold everything. We've got to check the penalty flag.
That would be his 3rd touchdown tonight, but it's the 2nd one he's had negated by a holding penalty.
Young man made a great catch on that drive earlier in the quarter, but it was negated by a penalty. Get a look at the edge there, and I'm sure that's the hold there. See the lineman number 72, Miles Everly, hitting some jersey.
Holding against the Panthers.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay 2nd down.
Well, that may just delay the inevitable, because Sylacauga has not shown any ability here to slow down this Elmore County rushing attack here on this drive. And another whistle. Get the spot right here.
Looks like another penalty.
Oh, another penalty.
Before the snap infraction. Offense, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains 2nd down.
Snap infraction penalty, backs him up 5. 2nd down and 15 at the 20. Final seconds of the 3rd quarter. This is Everson in the Wildcat. Picks up positive yardage, wrapped up down low that time by Caleb Story, and that will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Nobody could score in this 3rd quarter, but Elmore County knocking on the door. They take a 21-7 lead into the 4th quarter here at Legion Stadium.
I need the king, boys.
Don't call 2 clowns in a tow truck when you're dreaming of them king boys.
If you've got $29, you've got the down payment for a brand new Nissan. Now at Sarah Nissan, 3 locations. Every vehicle, just $29 down, plus 0% financing for 60 months, 700 new Nissans, and you get a lifetime warranty, no charge. 0% financing for 60 months. Every vehicle, just $29 down. Now at Sarah Nissan in Birmingham and Sylacauga. Plus Tony Sarah Nissan in Coleman.
Greenco Athletic Fields Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialists. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides anti-mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state.
And a look at the crowd here at Legion Stadium in downtown Sylacauga. The homestanding Aggies, 0-2 on the year, trying to get their first victory of the season in the region opener with Elmore County, but it is the Panthers that have the lead heading into the fourth quarter, and they face a 3rd down and 15 at the Sylacauga 20. So clearly in 4-down territory are the Panthers.
There was nobody happier to see that quarter come to an end than the Sylacauga defense. They needed to get off the field, get some water, get their breath, get some rest over there, and see if they can come up with a big stop here. I wonder if it's 2-down territory, but we've seen their extra point kickers had a good leg, so it might not be a bad time and a bad opportunity to try a field goal if you're unsuccessful right here, just to give him some experience of kicking in live game action and in a region matchup here. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Caldwell and his group decides to do as they're in a Wildcat here.
Here's Murphy. Nice vision up the middle, sets up his blocks and gets into the end zone. So Jabari Murphy picking up his 2nd touchdown of the night. His first one was a touchdown reception. This, a touchdown run.
Now, you said it earlier, it felt like that holding call just delayed the inevitable, because anytime Murphy has gotten the ball and been running the football, they've just been very successful in being able to tackle him. He's a big body. He moves very well. He's very smooth with his movements. You got to see it right there. And it's been a lot of fun watching Everson and Murphy. They're going to be a lot to handle for these teams in 5A throughout the season.
2nd rushing touchdown of the season for Murphy. 5th overall touchdown. The Alabama Family Central extra point from Tate McNeely is good. So McNeely remains perfect on the night, 4 for 4, as Elmore County extends its lead to 28-7. And another look at the touchdown.
Did a good job of cutting right there. He found the hole. He put his left foot in the ground. And see a lot of guys that do that and they want to start dancing. And not Murphy. Murphy, when he put his foot in the ground, decided he was going forward. He went forward and went right into the end zone there for the touchdown. And as you said earlier, it felt like if they were able to score there, that was going to make it very tough on Sylacauga, who hadn't been able to find a lot of consistency on the offensive side of the football. But, look, if you're Coach Smelly right now, you got a group, you're with a program that has not won a game in their last 14 games. You want to see what guys are going to keep fighting, what guys are going to keep playing and, continue to try to battle for you. And that's what he wants to find out with his group right now.
Well, Elmore County appears to be in great shape here to improve to 3-0, 1-0 in the region. Then it doesn't get any easier for them as they will take on Central Clay the following week, and then there you see the rest of their regular season schedule.
Yeah, you look at this region, Central Clay and Valley and Beauregard, those are really going to be the 3 teams that they have to be able to beat in this region right here to be able to try to come away with a region championship, which is what everybody wants. And so next week will be a huge step in that direction for them. And that's going to be a very big matchup, taking on Danny Horn and the Central Clay Vols.
And the Alabama Family Central kickoff is a good one as Tate McNeely sends this one into the end zone for the touchback. So there you see quarterback Connor Twyman. It looks as though he's going to stay in the game, quarterback the Aggies. And we saw the Elmore County schedule, and here's a look at Sylacauga again. The Aggies still searching for that first victory of the season, and after tonight's game, then they've got to take on Valley.
Yeah, and the Valley will be tough, and then Trinity the next week won't be very easy. Leeds, we know what Coach Jerry Hood has up there with that group. I got to see Beauregard against Selma week 1, and they've got a great group. And then ending the year with Piedmont, Coach Jonathan Miller moves over from Sac to Piedmont. Almost an interception there by Connor Twyman to get this drive started. Safety play from Elmore County has been impressive tonight. The corners have gotten beat a couple of times, but the safeties have been in good position and made some good plays. You know, I am noticing Connor Twyman does have a knee brace on that right knee, and so you wonder if maybe that played into him not playing as much in the first half. And, you know, C.J. Franklin was sacked on that first drive and was hit pretty good. You wonder if maybe he had some lingering effects from that, and that is why Twyman had to come back into the ballgame.
Nice defense there by Brown with the knocking up that pass play. Twyman's pass is caught. First time Swain has been able to make a catch here in the second half. Goes to the ground after the catch. Nice zip on the ball there by Twyman. First and 10 out at the 31. Picking up the Black Diamond first down. Quick pass again, caught out at the 37. This time it's Jakari Cottingham on the reception.
And I think what you're seeing is Elmore County's kind of running. It's not a prevent defense, but it's a, hey, we are not going to get beat deep. We're not going to let them have one big play. If they're going to score, they're going to have to chew up some clock and keep everything in front of you defensively and just make tackles. And they have the advantage up 21 right now. For Sylacauga, you need the big plays and need the quick scores to try to get back in this.
Twyman sacked back at the 32. Luke Reinhardt. Reinhardt, I should say, the junior linebacker, getting in there and coming up with the sack of Twyman.
And they were looking for the big play there, and he had to hold on to the ball a little bit longer. They've done a good job so far in this drive of getting the ball out of his hands quickly, not allowing this front from Elmore County to get to them, but they tried to get the big play there, and they pay for it with the sack.
Third down. Twyman tucks it under, going to try to run for it, and will not get there because Tyler Payton came like a missile from the secondary. He's made a number of good plays tonight. Comes up a little gimpy after that hit.
And you could tell, Mickey, watching Connor Twyman run right there. I mean, he doesn't have it. I've seen him run before. He's a lot faster than that. And whatever is making him have to wear that knee brace on the right knee is definitely affecting him a little bit. He just didn't have the burst that I've seen him have before.
He comes out of the game. Franklin checks back in on fourth down as Coach Smiley goes for it, passes away, and it is incomplete. Outstanding defense. Cameron Brown kind of coming over the top of the receiver without drawing the penalty.
And, you know, you look right there. It's easy for us sitting up here, see it. Franklin, if he just would have decided to tuck it and run, maybe could have gotten enough for the first down right there. And it wasn't a bad pass, but a little bit behind his receiver. And with 9:40 to go, not being able to get that first down, it's going to make it very tough for Sylacauga to find a way to get back into this ball game here. But as I was saying earlier, Coach Smelley's looking for what guys are going to continue to fight, what guys are going to continue to play hard, no matter what the scoreboard says, no matter what the situation is in the ball game. That's what that's what him and his coaching staff will be paying attention on the film when they're watching it tomorrow.
New quarterback is checked in the game, and that is the younger McNeely. I believe that was Tate McNeely in there taking the snap. I know that's still your starter, Riles McNeely. That was Burfee up the middle for a gain of 8 inside the 30.
He can get 8 whenever he wants to right now. I mean, he's got nice, smooth stride. He's smooth with how he moves in the holes. You're not going to see him be quick and do all these juke moves, but once he plants and cuts, he's just so hard to get to the ground. He's such a big body. I mean, you can see how thick his legs are. And we've also seen him at the wide receiver position have a lot of success tonight.
He gets it again, cuts it upfield. First down here for the Elmore County Panthers.
Murphy with the carry, left end.
What a night for that young man, number 8, Jabari Murphy. Yeah, he's dynamic no matter where he lines up, whether it's at receiver, whether it's in the backfield.
Yeah, him and Everson are two very good weapons. You add what McNeely can do with his legs and his mobility, and they're going to give a lot of defenses a lot of issues. We have another flag, it looks like, on the field. Almost went 4 minutes here in the fourth quarter without one.
Sideline warning on the white team. Second timer, second sideline warning, 5-yard penalty.
What do you think about that call here?
Yeah, well, I guess you better back up if you're Elmore County.
Or it's a penalty. Elmore County has been penalized a good bit here in the second half. Hasn't deterred their ability to maintain control of this game, however. 1st and 15 after the sideline penalty. McNeely keeps it himself, gets that penalty yardage back and much more down to the 16-yard line. Leaving him 1 yard short, I think, of a Black Diamond first down.
Good job right there by McNeely, and you know, he kind of shows some maturity right there. He could have kept running to the outside. You see a lot of guys in the high school level that want to just keep running to the outside, try to run around everybody. Instead, he went and followed his blocks and was able to set up now 2nd down and 2.
Everson in there now, hands off to Murphy. 1st down as Murphy bulls his way into that Aggie defensive unit. The Black Diamond 1st down as the drive continues, as we're down to 7.5 to play here in the game, and Elmore County once again in that Greenco green zone. It is a 1st down at the just inside the Sylacauga 13-yard line. Kate Everson stays in there at quarterback. Murphy gets the call again, and he is taken down at the 12-yard line. Sylacauga's Blake Loggins got him down low and held on for dear life.
You know, you can look at Everson and tell we saw him throw the touchdown pass earlier in the ball game, and if McNeely wasn't as good as he is, he would probably be the quarterback for Elmore County. But McNeely's so good and Everson can do so much other stuff that it really opens up what this offense can do. And but that formation, I think, will give a lot of people some problems with, you know, the dynamic ability of Everson, and then also having Murphy back there that you have to account for as well. And wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Caldwell maybe do a 2-back formation with Everson and Murphy back there along with McNeely, which really could stress out a defense.
On 2nd and 8, McNeely rolling out, pressured here by Burns, and just throws it away. Nice job there by, you had Landon Burns coming with the pressure, also number 51, Trey Cook.
McNeely does such a good job of keeping plays alive and continuing to try to give himself an opportunity to throw the football. A lot of guys would get right there, see they don't have anything, and just tuck it and try to run. But you can see that he has a lot of experience playing quarterback, and he's always looking to try to throw the football and make something happen by throwing the ball down the field as we have our heat timeout here in the fourth quarter.
6:10 to play. Elmore County with a lead over Sylacauga, 28-7.
Bandits Bar and Grill is your stop for great food, family fun, and live music. Wednesday night is Cornhole Tournament. Thursday night, Biker Night. Don't forget about the live music too. Great steaks, full bar, awesome appetizers, wings, nachos, tacos, and fried catfish. Stop in today or give us a call at 256-369-2920. That's Bandits Bar and Grill on Fort Williams and Sylacauga.
Uncle Marcus, will you tell us the story about King Boys again?
Sure. Well, it all started back in 2008.
2008?
We didn't have all the fancy towing equipment we do now, but we did have a service and a desire to help our customers. You see, kids, you must train your mind and your body to be able to help the people you call customers. When they call on us, it's showtime. Understanding. King Boys' mission is to help when people are in need. So what's our motto, children?
King Boys forever!
And coming up tomorrow night, the Friday Night Rivals game on My 68 will feature Clay Chalkville at Pell City. Of course, the Panthers coached by former Hoover coach Rush Probst, back in the state of Alabama coaching. And Clay Chalkville will travel to take on the Panthers. 7 o'clock kickoff. My 68 tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
I'm looking forward to seeing how that game goes. I mean, Clay Chalkville held Hueytown to 3 points last week. You don't see Hueytown get held to 3 very often, and they shut out Briarwood the week before, and so they seem to be very stingy on the defensive side of the ball. They have Jalen Mbakwe, the Alabama committed quarterback, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Clay Chalkville can do as this year goes on. And we know what he can do as Murphy gets into the end zone for the 3rd time here tonight. Jabari Murphy has been a lot of fun to watch here tonight, Mickey.
And a little confetti left on the Elmore County side as Murphy, again, as you mentioned, in the end zone for another big-time entertainment touchdown. And, you know, he just looks like a man among boys with the size. This guy definitely has what it takes to play on Saturdays.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And, you know, I'm obviously not comparing him to this football player because this football player, you know, has done some special stuff. He's the only guy to have 2,000 yards in a high school, college, and pro season. But he reminds you of Derrick Henry in the way that as the game's gone on, his size and his ability is just kind of taking over the ball game. And as the other team gets tired, it feels like he gets better. And that's what you see when Derrick Henry runs the ball. And, you know, he's a big body. I mean, we're talking about 6'2", probably about 215, 220 back there at running back. And the way I'm comparing him is just as the game goes on, it gets so much tougher to tackle him. And all of a sudden you see him breaking tackles and, you know, guys can't get him to the ground. And it's what we've seen here in the second half is he's been able to just run right through guys.
Here's a look at your Class 5A rankings here early in the season. And, you know, a lot of your usual suspects on that list, you know, the names like Pleasant Grove, Ramsey, Faith, Charles Henderson, Moody, and on down the list. And, of course, some good representation from 5A Region 4.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Beauregard, Central Clay being right in there. And, you know, we talked about Sylacauga's going to end up seeing Leeds later on down the road as well. So they've got their work cut out for them. What they have to face within their region. And we saw Charles Henderson and Ramsey face off for the state championship last year. Charles Henderson, even though they're 0-1, looks to have another strong team and strong group. They're facing a team in a higher classification. We'll have another flag here on the kickoff as that one goes out of bounds. But, you know, 5A, not easy to win it. 5A. There's so many good teams, and you know, especially up there in that Birmingham region. We had Pleasant Grove and Ramsey matching up in the semifinals last year before that state championship.
Kicking team. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line.
Look at 1A here. Leroy on top in 1A. Elba sitting there at number 2, and they have maybe the best running back in the state down there at Elba, Pickens County. Coach Mike Williams. We've seen him already get them to a state championship. And Sweetwater just has so much history down there. Brantley is always floating right there in the top 10 in 1A and has such a successful program. And, you know, it's fun as the year goes on. You just continue to see certain teams rise that you're not maybe expecting, and then some teams that have some pressure of winning that aren't able to win as much. And those teams in 7A, Hoover, I mean, who would have thought Hoover would be 0-2 to start out the season. And they're going to have their hands full tomorrow night as they take on Spain
On the
Park.
defense, 5-yard penalty, remain first down.
Another penalty against Elmore County. 3-snap penalty. So 1st and 5 for Sylacauga from their own 40-yard line. Franklin keeps it and able to fight forward for a couple of yards. Hey, while we're looking at rankings, let's move on up to Class 2A. Caleb, give us your take on this.
Yeah, B.B. Comer, a lot of people feel like, and myself included, if they just would have executed, not made some mistakes, they could have won that state championship against Fife last year. The biggest surprise on your screen is Fife being 0-1. They ran into a very good Geraldine team who is going to make a lot of noise at the 3A level this year. And so a rough start for Fife, but Coach Benefield's going to get those guys rolling, and anytime the playoffs roll around, they're going to be able to have some success. But B.B. Comer and Coach Adam Fawcett have got it rolling right now, and it is a lot of fun seeing them ranked number 1 and seeing what he has taken that program from to where they're at right now, and then almost another interception. And they had a big win to start the season over Dadeville, a 3A opponent who went undefeated in the regular season last year. But you look at Laverne down there, obviously always has some athletes. Tuscaloosa Academy is only their second year as an AHSA program, sitting there in the top 10. Vincent having a good year. And I'll tell you another team to watch out for, the Reeltown Rebels. They have done a fantastic job starting the season. And Coach Matt Johnson and his group, they dominated Tallahassee the first week of the year, a 5A team that is in this region with Sylacauga and Elmore County, and 44-14. That was a surprising score there during week 0.
This pass incomplete. The receiver, I think, hearing some footsteps there, so it'll be 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, good pass there by C.J. Franklin as well, just right through his receiver's hands.
Over the middle, pass is caught down at the 40-yard line. That'll be a Black Diamond 1st down. As catch made there by Sylacauga's Gabriel Harrell, his first catch of the night.
Yeah, Harrell, a junior, catching it there from Franklin, the sophomore, so we could see those two connect a lot here over the next 2 years. And look, at times Franklin has shown spurts of having some really good ability there at quarterback, but then you have plays just like this right here. Throws it right into the hands of the defensive end, and an unfortunate turnover there for Sylacauga. That's just what you have when you play a young guy at quarterback sometimes. You're going to have some big plays, some really good-looking plays, and then you're going to have some plays like that where you're going, what do you do? And you threw it right to him. And it's a really good play out there on the edge as well by Brandon White, but he threw it right into his numbers there. And White does a good job of holding on to the football, forcing another turnover here for Elmore County, and that probably, if it wasn't already out of reach, that puts the nail in the coffin right there.
And here's a look at Class 3A rankings.
And Mars Hill Bible dominated 6A Coleman to start the season, and that put a lot of people on notice. St. James, are defending champs, are sitting there at 1-1, but they played Hanley, who I think has a great chance at winning 4A this season. Gordo's always going to be hanging around with a chance. Madison Academy. You got Piedmont, Coach Jonathan Miller. Sylvania up there around the Gadsden area is also going to be a team to watch out for there at 3A as well. And then Geraldine, we talked about, got that win over Fife. And I think they're poised to make a lot of noise there at the 3A level this year.
There's a look at your new quarterback, by the way, Gage Davis in the game as we look at Class 4A.
Yeah, Andalusia just really put it on Anniston last week, 39-0 over Anniston. And, look, to me, your big four still in 4A, just like it was last year. Andalusia, Anniston, Catholic Montgomery, and Handley. I think you can throw Jacksonville into the mix. Jackson is always going to be very competitive, but watch for Cherokee County as well. They made it to the state championship. Last year, and ended up not coming out on the right end there with the game against Andalusia. They return a lot of experience, and Jacksonville as well. They'll be playing Handley tomorrow night, and should be a very fun game between Jacksonville and Handley as they face off with each other.
And here's Class 6A, and up at the top of that list, the defending 6A state champs.
Yeah, when you look at 6A, you look at the top two teams there, and it feels like it's just setting up for those two to meet at the end. And we know, last year showed us it doesn't always go chalk the way that you think it's going to go. But I think by far those two are the best two teams in the state. There's a little bit of a gap between them and everybody else, but 6A is such a crazy classification. There's so much talent throughout that you get the postseason, anything can happen. We saw that with Parker's 7-6 win over Clay Chalkville last year. But we're talking about the two teams that have the most athletes and the most prospects of going and playing Power 5 football it's easily Saraland and Clay Chalkville there at the top. And then you look at 7A. You know, look, I thought Opelika was going to put Thompson a lot closer in week 1 or week 0 there in the Kickoff Classic. Thompson dominated that game, but Central Phoenix City, they've been off to a hot start. A big win over Hewitt-Trussville. They beat Smith Station, and they'll be playing Enterprise tomorrow night, which will be a huge matchup there. In 7A, you have number 1 taking on number 4 tomorrow night, number 2 taking on number 3, and number 5 taking on number 6, all in 7A tomorrow night. So it should set up for a very fun night of 7A football. If you're sitting around tomorrow night not going out to games, I suggest turning on NFHS and trying to catch a lot of these matchups. I mean, Auburn and Dothan, Vestavia, Thompson, Central Phoenix City, Enterprise all playing against each other. A team to watch out for, though, in 7A is Foley. They have a running back down there, about 235 pounds, and has ran for over 550 yards here in the first 2 weeks of the season.
And a pretty good receiver.
Yeah, they got a pretty good receiver down there as well, Perry Thompson. And so they've got some weapons. And then you see Hoover sitting there at number 10 at 0-2. This is a huge week for them. A rivalry game with Spain Park tomorrow night. And if they lose that ball game, they get Vestavia next week, Hewitt the week after that, and then Mountain Brook. We're talking about a Hoover team that could be 0-6 at one point this year, which is really crazy to think about.
Well, we have another flag at the just under 2 minutes to play here in the game.
There's no flag on the play.
There is no flag on the play.
So they wave the flag off. And now Elmore County is going to call timeout with 1:56 to play, up 35-7.
Timeout. Charge it to the white team. First time out of the half.
And it is a King Boys towing and recovery timeout.
Again, fans on your way out of the stadium, please be sure to put all your drives.
You know, I guess if there's one thing that Sylacauga can take from this game,
we appreciate your help.
if you look at Elmore County's first 2 games, they put 56 points on the board against 5A Marlboro and 62 against 1A Ottaville. So far, they've been held to 35, and they had opportunities to, if their offense could have helped out a little bit on some situations where they had a chance to score, could have made a big difference in the game.
Yeah, and special teams as well. You know, if you don't allow that kickoff, I mean, we're talking about 8 points for the score for profit. So, you know, you look at Elmore County, we talked about it, a big matchup with Central Clay next week. If they can get through that one, they're in control in this region, and it'll set up a huge matchup with Beauregard and then Valley later on down the line. And next week's going to be a huge one, though. You know, it's a game where it was a big game last year. A lot of people talked about it, a lot of hype going into it. And Central Clay really went out there and dominated Elmore County. But it was year 1 for Coach Caldwell and his group. Now in year 2, as he's gotten a big offseason in the books with them, they've gotten to kind of fine-tune a lot of their system. I'm really looking forward to seeing that matchup next week. And as I was telling you earlier, I got to see Danny Horn and his group up close and personal last week. And they lined up against a 6A opponent and pounded them, running the wishbone and really running the football all night. Didn't have to put it in the air very much. And that's what Elmore County, they've done a good job of stopping the run tonight here against Sylacauga, but it's going to be a whole nother level next week when they take on the Central Clay Vols.
I'm not sure what's going on.
I have no clue.
Maybe a discussion on the down. The referee saying 4th down. And Coach Caldwell is going to call another timeout. And he's
timeout.
Yeah, he's frustrated with the
On
officials.
the white team.
He clearly doesn't understand
Timeout of the half.
something, or he wouldn't be calling timeouts up 35-7 with 2 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what all was happening right there, but some kind of miscommunication between all the officials, and you can tell Coach Caldwell was not very happy with whatever the result of all that conversation was. But, you know, this is a game where Elmore County maybe hadn't played as well and played as smoothly offensively as they have the first 2 weeks, but you're not going to do that every single week, you know, and there's going to be weeks that you're not. I see some push-ups going on over here. Somebody must have committed some kind of penalty or done something.
Or maybe they're just trying to stay loose. There you see Coach Caldwell. This is why he called the timeout. This is what he wanted, was this discussion over whatever the issue is. I mean, for him to call this timeout at this point in the game, he really had something on his mind.
Yeah, you can tell he's very animated about something. He's not happy with how that whole situation went down, and I'm not sure what, you know, there was initially a flag, they picked it up, then they had a long conversation. He is still giving it to the official right now. You'd like to see that too. I mean, 35-7, he easily could just let this go and say, hey, we're winning, you know, let's relax and just take our W. But he's continuing to coach, he's continuing to show his kids, hey, we're going to play all 48 minutes, no matter what the score of the game is. And, you know, you want to see that when you're losing the game, but you want to see it when you're winning as well. You don't want to see your guys let up, because that's why you see so many comebacks in the NFL. When you watch the NFL on Sunday, guys relax when they get up.
Davis keeps it on 4th down, spins his way inside the 25, and he's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down. And when they snapped it there, the sideline marker had 4th down, so I think it had something to do with the down. And so the offense will come off the field with 1:47 to play, and the Aggies offense will take the field.
That's a good win for Elmore County. Going on the road, first region game. It's the best competition that you've faced so far. I mean, you know, outside of Marbury has a pretty good program and has some good things going on down there as well. But get to go on the road, different type of environment. Haven't played the most perfect game of football, and yet you're up 28 points right now.
Franklin hands it off to his tailback. And not much doing there. Good defensive play against Mason by Reiner. Second down and 8 for the Aggies, as I think Silicaga's ready to move on to next week also. Hands off again, and once again it's Reiner and company making the stop for a short gain. And here's the right and Sons play of the game.
See the deep ball here. Everson does a great job of adjusting his body, as I was talking about during the game, going up, catching it at its highest point, and then walking into the end zone. And that really opened things up for the Elmore County offense, got them going in the second quarter, and led to them being able to score 35 points here in this game, which is half of what they've basically been averaging for the season.
The WC right and Son play of the game. Handoff up the middle, huge hole formation, and he's going to have a first down, a Black Diamond asphalt paving first down, and that'll could be the final play of the game. They'll stop it momentarily to move the chains. Have a penalty. Yes. With 20 seconds to go, we have a penalty.
Illegal formation against the offense. replay third down.
You know, you hear a lot of times the announcers say this could be the final play of the game barring a penalty. That really applies tonight. Franklin hands it off again, and that will do it. And Elmore County picks up another victory, off to a 3-0 start here this season as they knock off Sylacauga on the road 35-7. Back with more from Legion Stadium in a moment.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
There's a lot in life to smile about. Are loose dentures or missing teeth keeping you from enjoying the things you love? Don't miss out on enjoying life's precious moments. You can be you again with affordable mini dental implants. You can smile again, laugh out loud, and have your self-confidence back. Let us help you make it memorable.
I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
And back at Legion Stadium in downtown Sylacauga, Elmore County victorious again, off to a 3-0 start this season, picking up region victory number 1 with a 35-7 win on the road here at Sylacauga. The Aggies fall to 0-3 on the season. Elmore County will move on after the win here in Sylacauga tonight. That'll wrap up our coverage of the AHSAA Game of the Week. For Caleb Brooks and our entire WOTM crew, thanks for tuning in this week, and we'll see you again next week. Fairfield at Jasper next Thursday night. Hope to see you then.
Approximately the 5, call it the 6. Try and pitch and catch. They